This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless, we will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time.
That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot. Jimmy coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Oh.
Good morning, America.
I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger.
I mean, to owning Times Square to being in the basement, my Lord Jesus. Well, I have to say we don't have a Times Square studio, but we do have something very nice for you all. Welcome in, everybody. It's time talking about some Ready to Love, baby. We are in it to win it. Season 10, episode 9. Of course, I'm not here by myself. The one, the only, the beautifully gifted GG9's in the building with me. Hey, gorgeous.
Hey,
hey. Child is
it's a lot.
Yeah, it definitely is. Higher is waiting, low is available. But either way, we are live on tour. Look at our new digs, y'all. Look, we put a little investment over here from time to time. You know, I just thought it would be nice, you know, for y'all to see what a studio looks like, you know, and all that good stuff. So we care about y'all. We truly do. Child, what is this show?
What it is and what it isn't, Tommy let us know. Okay.
Child, nephew Tommy Miles, we bring your ass to the motherfucking front because we sick of y'all. Not sick of you, sick of y'all. Because we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Because I told Gigi to call me when she got to that particular part. Because there's been something we've been joking about on our show for quite a long time now. And Tommy just decided to just say the quiet part out loud. Okay, Tommy. Okay, child. Don't make no damn sense.
We know when they listening, okay? Because it comes out. Somebody been listening.
Don't make no damn sense. I'm just like, you know what? At this point, just pay us. Just pay us, damn it. Because you're doing too damn much. You're doing way too damn much at this point. Just pay us. Trying to find the... There we go. I need that picture. So, this is Ready to Love Philadelphia. This is season 10. For those of you who don't know what this show is, it went away for 5 months. It's a black love dating show. And we are getting back into the swing of things, but we're getting to the end of it, I believe. Because what Ready to Love is usually, 10 episodes, Gigi?
Yeah, I believe it's normally like 10 episodes. And this is episode 9, so we'd have only one episode left. And yeah, that'll be about the time when we determine which couples are going to stay and who's going to leave. So, yeah, I think we're nearing the end.
Which is crazy for it to be on a 5-6 month hiatus, and then we come back to this and we're at the end. It's like the continuity was broken. You really can't tell who actually going to be leaving together. And honestly, at this point, I mean, would you even call this a season 10, Gigi? Because like season 10 is like a decade of television. Like there's nothing celebratory here.
I think it's so confusing because one, for them to break up the season how they did, we've talked about this several times. Right. It being season 10 and such an impactful season, the way they started was very good. We had our first Ready to Love wedding. You know, so it's kind of showing these new couples what they could possibly become.
Exactly.
But then to break it off how we did, and like you said, we come back and now we're near the end. To me, I feel like it was very unnecessary to do. We also talked about the fact of how they cut it off and then put the Never Ever Mets in place of it, which I feel like the Never Ever Mets took over and we forgot about Ready to Love in a way.
That part.
So now even seeing these couples, it's almost like we can't even connect as an audience because there's been so much time that has lapsed. So it's like you don't really see anybody's connection. There's no real growth that has happened over this time. So what did we gain from taking this break? When we come back from the break, we haven't gotten anything that shows like, hey, this was a good idea. So yeah, to me, it didn't make any sense. I feel like this kind of reminds me, remember with Love and Mayor Tunstall, I think it was like when they was nearing the end of, Melody being there. But they did the 2-parter. They had the A and B side, like this is the cassette tape.
Correct.
I don't understand. Somebody help me out because I feel that this was unnecessary. It was pointless. It didn't do anything for the show. I feel like it actually harmed the show more than it has helped.
Oh, absolutely. Like if this were to happen in the world of Big Brother, The Amazing Race, of Survivor, The Bachelor, there would be more of a sound of worry. Because those shows don't take breaks. I have rarely seen Survivor, at least. Now, sometimes Big Brother, they'll preempt it, but The Amazing Race, Survivor, The Bachelor, all those shows, they usually don't take breaks unless it's like national news or something like that. But because it owns a cable network, they don't have, news. They have the liberty to take a break, but whenever you're watching TV, you want to be able to watch it in full for continuity purposes. And as Gigi so articulately stated, like, how do you host a reunion of this shit? What's the point of getting these people together when there's no connections here? Like, I mean, I know you gotta do it to fulfill the episode order, but just I don't know.
And coming from the background that I have a lot of questions because I'm wondering, like, so when they initially started filming, was there an issue that had them where they had to stop filming and then pick back up? That's why they took that 5-month hiatus, because they actually had to get more shots. They had to go back and do more filming because
correct.
For me, that's not something during production. That is the last thing you want to have to do, is to cut your time or to have to space out your time. When you have to extend that time more, that's more money. That is more money that you have to pay to the cast, to the crew. You have to pay when it comes to your camera hours, the batteries you have to use, the light. Like there's so much that comes into this that you have to have more of, and you actually are losing out on when you do stuff like this. It makes me wonder, like, what happened? Was there an issue that had them where they had to stop and then go back later and then shoot some more shots, edit it, and then bring it back? What I really want to know what happened. And of course, Owen's not going to tell us, but
and to Gigi's point, you know, me and Gigi both are media nerds of social media. So the way I come from media is understanding the social capital side of media, understanding what the platform is about, what shows are on the platform, how everything is connected, right? And giving some of the context, conjecture, and connection about the difference between viewers and consumers. Gigi's perspective is she is out there in Cali. She is right next door to Hollywood where it all goes down. But Hollywood is changing, because I don't know if you know this, Gigi. I don't know if y'all know this, but allegedly Marvel Studios is moving their production from Georgia to United Kingdom. Now, to everybody else, what the fuck? But if you understand the moves that are happening around you, you'll understand what you're seeing in front of you. Now, we do know Josh from the Never Ever Met said that at the end of the season, they would go back and they would have their confessionals, and basically how confessionals work in reality TV. It depends on the magnitude of the situation. If something happened just then they'll have a room off to the side and you'll do a confessional right then. Or at the end of the season, they'll bring you back, and because you, in the words of my dad, I've slept since then, since these contestants have slept then they would have the video replayed, and then they'll ask them about their memory from that time. But also remember, too, because you slept since then, you're only going to give what you know. And sometimes that's why productions and what you see can be convoluted, is because this is the final version that we are able to see. There is a thing called the dailies, where the networks, they get a cut of what was shot that day. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to air, but there's a lot more to the process of television that's made before we ever see it. Now, of course, the fourth wall is being broken more and more. You definitely saw that more on the Never Ever Mets than ever before. Some of it is happening on King's Court on Bravo. But with all that being said, we're saying all this because this season has been very disjointed, more than ever before. But yeah, so just.
And yeah, and to what you said, which, you know, you're absolutely right. Like, just like you said, you know, Marvel moving to United Kingdom. I think I've said this before. Out here, so I live in San Diego. Of course, it's not that far from LA. Like, I'm not that far from at all. You know, I actually go there kind of every weekend, almost every weekend when I can. But the difference is in LA, like you said, that's where Hollywood is. That's where you have a lot of filming. That's where you have a lot of people going and you know, you got movies and TV shows and different stuff that are being filmed out there. But the difference is the cost of filming in LA is extremely high. Yes. It costs so much. Like, and what I mean by filming is you can't just set up a camera somewhere and start shooting. You have to pay for that location. And that location fee could be anywhere from, you know, hundreds to thousands of dollars. And if you're paying on an hourly time or day by day, all that money adds up. And that's a part of the budget, is you take into account how much your location fee is going to be, how much the permits are going to be, how much it is going to be for you to pay for your cast, your crew, for what we call craft services, which is food provided for everybody that's there. So when you take into account how much all that costs, it becomes too much. And then if you think about how long Hollywood has been the main source of entertainment, there has they have actually used a lot of resources out there to where people don't want movies being shot in LA anymore. They're tired. Like, there's businesses that will not allow film crews to come and set up. You cannot shoot there. You cannot, even if it's a small film crew, they will not allow it because they've been exploited so much that it has harmed their business. So they don't allow it, or they charge you a really, really high price to film there. But here where I live, which they're actually starting to, they're trying to, it's in the works, where they're trying to move a lot of the filming here, because one great thing is here we don't have to pay for location filming. So when I go out and film and I shoot, movies and or I'm doing different things that I'm doing in film, I don't have to pay for certain locations because it's free here.
Right.
Because it hasn't been exploited like that. It hasn't been to where everybody is, just taken over.
Correct.
So that's a big difference. Like, Hollywood has done a lot of great things. They have, but there's a lot of harm too. And that's also why a lot of stars, they don't live in LA. Like, a lot of them, some of them,
what
they live
funny?
around here.
You know what's funny to that point? Pat Sajak, who used to host Wheel of Fortune, he actually lived or still lives on the East Coast and would fly out for some weeks, tape, some episodes of Wheel of Fortune, and then fly back. And there was a report, I could be wrong, but I believe it was a report of how the charges for the permits, where you could do 7 locations for one price, right? And you had like a limited amount of time at each location. But now they shortened it to where it has to be maybe 2 or 3 locations. And what Gigi means by exploiting the business is, when you do a sitcom, when you do a drama, when you do a film, usually you get a season order for television, or you get approved for how many films you can do, usually after the first one is successful. When that budget has been approved by the studio or the network, that's all the money you get. So let's just say that I'm sitting down with Nzinga Amani and we're having a dating scene, a date scene at Cinnabon, right? And, she in the end of one cinnamon roll, I'm in the end of one cinnamon roll. And, I say a little, she flirts with me, I flirt with her, blase, blase, blase. Because of my mouth, right, they got to go over. But the budget wasn't approved to go over. Even though that was a great line, it's like, okay, Bray, it's 5 o'clock. That's it. So sometimes people will exploit, well, it's like, okay, well, this brand is a part of the movie, right? So it's going to, so people will try to take an inch and make it a mile, then make $1 out 15 cents. But just to give you
and then also you have the fact that, like, when it comes to those businesses, if you're filming in a location, we'll take Cinnabon as an example again. If you're filming in a Cinnabon, those customers who love Cinnabon can't go to that Cinnabon location that they so much love, because you're filming and you can't have certain interruptions. That Cinnabon is going to be closed down for 2 weeks because we're filming. So for 2 weeks, the only money that Cinnabon is getting is from what the filming crew is paying. Whatever production is paying for that location for that time, that's what they're getting. And if Cinnabon's business exceeds that with just their customers, they're losing out. They're not making that money because they're not getting the customers. They have this one standard rate that they're getting, and that's it. So, and then once you do that with so many locations, and you've done this for years, over and over and over again, they're going to say, enough's enough. No, you can't film here anymore. Or if you're going to do it, you're going to actually have to pay what our losses are going to be. Because sometimes that first time, if somebody comes up and said, and this is something that I have learned, a person can say, or a production can have a budget of $5 million. And to regular people, you're like, oh my God, $5 million. That's crazy. That's so much money. Like, do you know what I could do with $5 million? You're like, yeah. But when you get into filming, you're like, shit, $5 million is like $10.
That part.
Like, you got to stretch that shit out. Like, it is your last, because that $5 million goes so quick.
Correct.
And you're like, okay, well, if I'm going to Cinnabon, I'm saying, okay, listen, we're going to film here for 2 weeks. And for these 2 weeks, I'm going to pay you $350,000. That's all you're getting is that $350,000. But your revenue for those 2 weeks, nothing more, nothing less. But your revenue for those 2 weeks with customers is $800,000. So you're losing out. You're losing. And guess what? Legally, I don't have to give you no more money because you signed the contract. So that's what it is. And after getting played so many times like that, you're going to say, no, I'm not doing this. Nope. I know my location might be the best location for this, and it fits the aesthetics of what you're wanting and everything else. But guess what? It is not helping my business. So no, you cannot film here. And that's a lot of what's happening in LA right now. Is a lot of filming is the cost is it's not right. It's not, the competing cost is causing conflict. Let's just say that.
Yeah, absolutely. So with all that being said, my good friend, let's do what we do. So we're in Philadelphia, which, by the way, there are more states doing the tax credits, but some are for it and some are not. But it looks like Hollywood is spreading out more and more each day. But we're in Philadelphia with Nephew Tommy and the gentleman there. And, it is time for, well, first of all, Tommy cheers the men to be the final 6 there. Wait, I think the final 5. Sorry, final 5. Because it does take a lot to go on national television and be vulnerable with yourself. So cheers to them. But then it's time for a getaway or a vacation. So Cam has 3 connections, right? He has Rose, he has Sahara, and then he has Angie, right? So Rose is giving her confessional here, and then there is a bus. Now, this is a little bit different, Gigi. Now, stop me if I'm wrong, but I think in the past with the vacations, there usually has not been a van, right? There usually has not been a van, right? There usually the cast members will get in their own vehicles and drive to the location. Am I not right? Because this is the first time.
So no. So that's how they do it. Whenever you have a reality show, especially like that, and it's a group like that, they normally do like a group bus or something like that. Like was it last season or season before last when they did the vacation? Everybody was on the same bus, or I think there was 2 of them. But some people do drive themselves because either they have to work and they can't go at the time that the bus leaves, so they come on their their own time. But normally they try to do it where everybody's together, because that's the best way to film, is to catch everybody together in one location like that. So
correct. Okay, thank you, beautiful. Because I was thinking there was a couple of seasons where people was driving themselves, but Gigi is correct. Most of the time they will do a bus. They did a bus in this time, right? So the fact that Sahara is still here pisses me the hell off. And she got her tongue out and everything. Like, you see, everybody is where they are. Hussein is just looking out the window like, Lord Jesus, Lord, just let this be over soon and very soon. Y'all are going to see the king. So Cam likes Sahara in his face, and Cam has done some things. Really? Done some things, Sahara? Oh, okay, girl. All right now. And Kiara is nervous, but wants to keep it PG-13. And then they arrived at the house, right? So, very decent house. And Nephew Tommy, this is where we have problems, sir. This is where we have problems. So, Nephew Tommy's talking about everybody's connections, this, that, and the third, right? And basically, basically says that, hey, listen, some of y'all got some things to work out, some of y'all got some connections, and make sure you make your choices, right? Because this is not a free for all, right? And then this motherfucker right here says it's not ready to love polyamory edition. And I'm like, you bastard! Ooh. And if you're wondering why I am ranting like this, Gigi, could you please give some context, conjecture, and connection? Because I told Gigi to call me when she got to this part.
Well, seeing how we've been doing this for how many seasons now, and
yeah,
I think that the first season we started, we had Marvin, who was into BDSM. We've had a couple people on the seasons who are into polygamy.
Yes.
Or are friends with polygamists. We've had other, people who are into BDSM. So I think at this point, Tommy's just like, listen, we're not here for us all to be together. You got to pick one, okay?
Yes.
This is not that edition, but season 11 might be that edition.
Listen.
And instead of it just being Ready to Love, it's going to be called Ready to Love Us.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
For couples seeking. So TLC has Seeking Sister Wives.
Yes.
OWN has Ready to Love Us.
Yes.
The polygamy edition.
Amen.
And then we're going to have Ready to Love Tied Up edition, which is for the BDSM.
You know what?
And instead of Ready to Love, Ready to be Tied Up. So
I think Bishop TD Jake should host that edition, just called the Ready to Love Swallowed Up edition.
I was about to say, and all he gonna do is, have you been swallowed up?
Now, in this exercise right here, you are going to have to understand the difference between the lady, her lover, and the Lord. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. The point is, nephew, we better be getting that edition.
Oh, and then you're going to have, oh, Lord, I forgot his name. Then you're going to have, what's his name? Talking about close the door. Close the door.
Oh,
close the door.
Marvin Sapp will be
the
coordinator for consent for that.
Listen, so TD Jakes is gonna be on the polygamy edition, and then we're gonna have Marvin Sapp on the BDSM edition talking about close the door. Close the door.
This is what we do around here. Damn it! Teamwork makes the dream work. Nephew, listen, y'all already casted for Chicago. But it better that edition that you said better be coming, because we've been joking about this shit for about 4 to 5 seasons now. It was just a running joke, but your ass had to say that shit on our own, and you thought we wasn't going to say shit about it on our review after show. Oh no. We need checks, and we need them direct deposit right motherfucking now. Okay.
And listen, and I'm going to say this. Since y'all going to Chicago and y'all want to film and find love in Chicago, somebody better put money on R. Kelly's books. Show him some love, okay? No? Okay. Love after lockup. Love during lockup. I don't know.
I don't know if they're going to do Ray Love Jail Edition quite yet. I don't know if we're going to get that. We just got Ray Love Polyamory Edition that we've been joking about.
Okay, you're right. Okay, we got to start somewhere. So we'll start there.
Because if we do Ray Love Jail Edition, that's dealing with law and records and other things.
And then we're just going to extend it to the breakup edition called Ready to Leave.
Oh, child, listen. Oh, my God. Can you imagine an exes edition where there's like 10 men, 10 women, but everybody's an ex of somebody? Check. Oh, direct deposit our motherfucking checks. Okay?
Right? Because listen, on that X's edition, you have the opportunity to mix and match with the other X's if you feel a connection.
That part. In the words,
You know what? You're right. I need my check in the mail. It better be there.
Listen, in the words of Rihanna, bitch better have my money. Pay me what you owe me.
Right? What's my favorite word? I'm just kidding. Okay.
Y'all, we love your Nephew Tommy. We love Ready to Love. I mean, that's how we got together. But sincerely, you can't be playing people's face like that, because like Gigi said, we've been joking about this for 4 to 5 seasons now, and it's been a consistent joke in not every single live, but the majority of the time we have been together, it has been a repeated thing of polyamory and Ready to Love. So Nephew, Will Packer, lighthearted entertainment.
And it's not even just us joking. Y'all are giving us the incentives, okay?
Yes.
Y'all keep bringing on people who are
Correct.
have these backgrounds or who are looking for these kind of things.
Correct.
So just go ahead.
Yes.
Extend it out.
Yep.
Make a new edition.
Absolutely. And don't say y'all can't do it either, because y'all did Ready to Love make a move. Okay? Don't
Right?
Don't play in our faces now. Okay? Listen.
But what I will say about this, with Tommy being there and coming and letting them know, like, hey, this is the time for y'all to get serious about your connections, and because they are close to the end. But this is the time for y'all to get serious about your connections. This is the time for y'all to choose and see, like, if this is really what you want or you don't want.
Correct.
I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna say this already before we get into talking about everybody. But I am starting at. You might not like this, Braylon. I'm stopping.
Okay.
But I'm starting to feel Sahara more than Angela.
I still love you with the love of God, child. Go ahead.
Listen. And the only reason why is because I can see how Sahara is making connections, okay? Even though her personality might be a little out there, or, might be a little, could be concerning, but she's still making those connections. She still has that connection with Cam. And even though Cam had the connection with Sahara, Rose, and Angela, I still, after this episode, honestly, and just seeing how everyone was in the house together, I don't see Angela having a connection with anyone.
Yeah, I will have to agree with you. I think Angela, Angie, I think she is she's cooling off, I think, because there is a moment in this retreat where there's a pressurized situation, right? And this is where everybody's laughing about the Ready to Love polyamory edition. I just want everybody to recognize everybody's face about this. Khalil and Cisco are laughing their ass off. Angie like, what the fuck? Tay is like, Hussein, he just a good brother. But Deona, is that a smirk, Deona? Is that a smirk? Like, you would maybe be here for the edition that Nephew Tommy said? Was that a smirk, darling? Because okay. I'm just gleaming from things, and then Sahara ain't saying shit. She like, nope, I'm not saying shit.
I will say Deanna's faces today or on the show was definitely, they were telling, okay? Because there were some straight faces that she was having during some time. So I was like, girl, are you feeling all right? You feeling some type of way? But yeah.
Oh my God.
But moving on.
Yes. So speaking of Deona, she is exploring her connections, and she's letting the chips fall where they may. So they're all in the kitchen, making it do what it do, right? And the next thing here is that the men, you know, are going to let the chips fall where they may, rather. Sorry about that. Because they were picking rooms, right? So the ladies were about their rooms. You know, the men not so much. Cisco and Tay are together. Tommy comes through. Khalil's trying to figure out what he wants to do with Deona. We talked about that already. Rock, paper, scissors to take Rose's bags to her room. Jay and Sahara start talking, right? And so this situation right here, right? So Jay and Sahara are on this couch, and there's a leg up. Now, Sahara ain't got enough for me, okay? I'm sorry, right? Y'all know what the fuck I like, okay? Listen, ain't thick, ain't right. So anyway, so as this is happening, Kiera is like, what the fuck? Like, her face is literally like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So this is the situation. And I don't know if they were looking at each other at the same time. If we go back to this look right here, and Jay like, hey, listen, I know I'm going to get reamed out for this a little bit later on. What did you think about this situation? Oh my God, this damn show we do. Oh my God. Gigi, what's your take on it?
So yeah, I was looking at that too, and I was like, oh, they're definitely So okay, so I was confused. There was a couple things that I was like, oh, okay, so they intertwine like this, like they leg locking, and I did find it disrespectful because as we've seen when they were on the bus on their way there, him and Kiara were talking about, you know, how they had a conversation about how to present themselves, how to, you know, hey, we're going to, since it's me and you and this is what we're doing, you know, we're going to be respectful of each other. We're going to keep our connection. And that's what we're working on. At least that's how it kind of seemed. But then, you know, seeing this between him and Sahara, it's like, okay, you seen the legs locking. His positioning kind of shows that he really wasn't too much there. And then the way that he was like massaging her neck, I said, it don't seem like he really want to do that. Like that is a very lazy type of neck massage.
But still the intimacy was still there because
that's the whole thing. Like it was there. Like that's the disrespect, is the fact that all of that was even going on, even though he was doing it, and you could kind of tell that he really it wasn't like something he was doing to be intimate with her. Mm-hmm. But still, the fact that Cam and Kiara had that agreement and had that conversation, and then it turns into where it's like this, that's something different. It's like, okay, you did make her look stupid, because if y'all had talked about, hey, how y'all are going to strengthen y'all's connection, there really shouldn't have been a reason for him and Sahara to really link like that.
And then not to mention too, child, Jay grabbed Sahara's neck. Like, what the? Now, obviously, in the BDSM edition, y'all gonna need some real strong materials. If you're gonna be doing ropes and whips and chains and, you know, toys and everything, but you're also gonna have to have you know, an intimacy coordinator to talk about pressure, because Jay knew how to use that hand too quick on that neck. I'm sorry, that I was flabbergasted when I saw that. I'm like, not you, not first of all, not you already breaking the boundaries, the agreements, the investment that you and Kiara have, but you also grab this woman's neck in front of the person you're making a connection with. What the fuck? Y'all, I could not take it. I simply could not take it. I was just flabbergasted by it. So we'll wait for Gigi to come back in and see what her take is on Jay grabbing Sahara's neck, because that literally took me out. Yes, indeed. So yes, indeed. Hey, two people, welcome in. Glad to have you here. Yes, indeed. Give me 1 minute, y'all. Yes, indeed. So, with that being said, as we wait for Gigi to get back, let's keep going because, child, there's a lot more going on here. So, Cam and Rose are talking about their connection, and Rose doesn't want to be, too clingy, right? Because, like I said, Cam has 3 connections. I feel like, honestly, I feel truly at this point in time, the woman that he really does need, I feel like it's honestly a Rose. Like Goldilocks and the 3 Bears, this porch was too hot, this porch was too cold, this is in the middle one was just right. I feel like Sahara is too turned up, right? Angie can be a little bit cold, but Rose, she could be just right. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, y'all. But that's how I truly feel about that. So I do feel like Rose is who he needs, but I feel like maybe that's not going to be the case at the end of it all. So with all that being said, we got toxic versus spicy, right? So that conversation happens. Okay, here we go. Welcome back in. I was just
network went out.
No, you're good. I was just saying, back to Jay and Sahara. What did you think about Jay grabbing Sahara's neck?
It was all playful. Okay, listen, and I'm honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now. I feel Sahara. Listen here, you do that again, it's gonna go somewhere else. So,
not just speaking from experience or anything. Okay.
Watch yourself, ma'am, sir. Okay.
Okay, then. Well,
listen. There's a certain position you need to be in when doing things like that. I'm just saying. But one thing that I will say was also disrespectful, besides the whole fact that Jay and Kiara had this whole conversation clearly before the trip, during the ride, and then you get there and then you do this. And you could, it seemed, okay, we're not going to say you could see, but it seemed as though he was making eye contact with Kiara during that time.
Yep.
And I mean, it just from an outsider looking in, okay? If you go into a house and you see someone sitting on the couch like that, you're going to think they're a couple.
Correct.
Because he made a statement of saying, how when he has female friends, he likes to get touchy. To me, that's disrespectful.
Right.
I'm not about to let my male friends be all touchy with me.
No.
And I damn sure wouldn't want someone that I'm dating or my husband's female friends to be touchy with him. Like, no, that's disrespectful, especially when you're trying to build something with someone or you're starting a relationship, in a marriage, whatever the case is. To have someone who feels like it is okay to be close and touchy-feely with somebody that they, air quotes, say they're not sexually interested in, it almost makes it seem like you're not telling the truth, because the chemistry shows. I'm not about to first off, you're not about to get up in my face like that, period.
Correct.
Especially if I'm not trying to develop something. When doing something like that, it definitely could be taken in a way that, okay, well, you're trying to do more. Especially if it'd be different if him and Kiara was doing that. Or if he was, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they had a conversation like, hey, this is your other connection and I understand, da 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 da. But him and Ciara haven't even had really a connection like that. Like, they talked at the block party, but it's really about it. hadn't been too much going on. So for it to come to where we're all in a house together now, and this is the attention that you guys are giving each other, yeah, from Kiara's point of view, I would definitely have taken that as being disrespected. Like, yeah, and everybody was seeing it. Like the whole house could see. It's not like this. You were in an enclosed room with, nobody could see you. Everybody clearly saw this.
Yes.
So I take that as it definitely could have been taken the wrong way. And honestly, just like what I said, him saying how he's touchy-feely with his female friends, Kiara, that's something that you're definitely going to have to think about if you can actually tolerate is this man having female friends and being touchy-feely with them.
Right.
Me personally, hell no, that's not flying. No. Now, I'm not saying you got to cut off your friendships, but you're going to cut off certain shit that you was doing when you was single. And if any of those friends you have messed with on that level, then yeah, there's some other stuff that we're definitely ain't going to be y'all two being alone together. Ain't no. That shit ceases.
And that's the thing too that really gets to me is that, especially with men, and this is not sipping this, that, and the third, but I do believe fair is fair. Men will get so upset over women having male friends when some male friends are just to be that support. Like, hey, listen, I heard your car broke down. I'll cash you out some money, and that's it, right? There are good men who are just good men, just like there are good women who are just good women. But when women like I said, men will be upset with women, but when women have that, then the men get upset. It's just like, no, fair is fair. If you do not want your female to hang out with the males, then you can be hanging out with the females like that. Like, I'm sorry.
That goes into that famous saying, do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Exactly.
If you don't want your spouse or your girlfriend or whatever flirting with other men or touching them or grabbing their arm, touching their chest, putting their hands on their legs, why would you think it would be okay for you to do to a female friend?
Exactly right.
Like, there's nothing about that says that this is okay as a friend, especially when you're working on a relationship with someone, because that's going to add trust issues early.
Absolutely.
So why create an issue when you can just completely cut off conflicts?
Yep.
Certain things you don't do. If you don't want the problem, don't do it. Just like if you don't want somebody to find out your deepest, darkest secrets or some bullshit that you did, don't do it. Hold on.
No, you're good. I think it's Q. Hey, Q, welcome in, good sir.
Hey, what's going on? My fault. I just muted my phone. How we doing, fellas? How we doing, family?
Oh no, you're good. You're good, my man. We went off about Nephew Tommy earlier. You missed it. Because he said Red Love Polyamory Edition, and it's like nephew Tommy. We've been joking about that for how long? So we went off about that.
To tell you the truth, you know what that means? That means he watching the show.
Yep, that's what we said too. Because it's like, run us our money, please. Absolutely, indeed. So we had a good time with that, and we're talking about all the different connections that are happening. Cam and Sahara, they're developing something, and then we talked about Kiara and Jay, and they're trying to keep it PG-13 and trying to respect the boundaries and the energy and the investment that they got going on. And we're at this situation right now where Jay and Sahara are on the couch, right? And this is Kiara's face right here, because she is looking over this way at, Sahara getting this, right? Getting this massage. And Kiara feels a way about it later on. And me and Gigi were just talking before you got here. And we were just saying you can't ask your girlfriend to cut off her male friends, but you can't respect her wishes of cut off your female friends, right? So it's like you can't have your cake and eat it too. And then on top of that, Q. Now I don't know if you know of a black man or even a man that has done this and gotten away with it, but if you look at this picture right here, it looks like Jay is looking at Kiara in the same point of view. But after this, Jay grabs Sahara's neck. And we're talking about the front part of the neck. Okay? Like some bitch. You ain't gonna tell me shit. I'm gonna tell your ass some shit. Like that type of Dom energy, right? So what did you think of all this? Because like I don't know of a man who can do that to somebody that he's built a connection with and live mentally. Q, you there? Hello, Q. Y'all, technical issues, y'all. We are still live on tour with y'all. We're just talking about some Ready to Love. Glad to have all of you here. Q, can you hear me, my man?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
That was a lot. But it also goes to tell us we don't know the depth of their relationship. You know what I mean? Has it really been established that Jay and Kiara are in a relationship?
Not concretely, no. I think through actions, yes. In terms of how they see each other, but has it been done concretely where everybody understands that they're in a relationship? No, I don't think it has. But also too, Q, like I'm sorry, like if I'll put it like this: if Gigi was single, of course there would be a vibe. But also too, in the same token, like I'm not grabbing my female friend's neck in front of a female that I'm trying to get to know. Like that no, that's not happening.
Right. And then from a female point of view, I'm not about to let you grab my neck in front of a guy that I'm trying to talk to. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is why Tommy say the house exposes things. You know what I mean? Because we've seen multiple seasons where people go in the house with multiple connections and they got to give different connections that energy. And also we've seen connections start to brew at the house too. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like if I knew something was established, you know what I mean? When she say, all right, don't do nothing to embarrass me. You know what I mean? So that when she said that leads me to think that there's something more than just we're talking, we're getting to know each other going on. So they got something a little more serious. You know what I mean? But I would give that situation the benefit of the doubt just because they're at the house. You know what I mean? But also, Jay's in question because, like you guys say, it's certain things I would do and wouldn't do with a female friend.
Correct.
And, in that situation, I don't know how deep their relationship is, so it's kind of hard not to say this to say that. But did I feel like he took it a little too far for comfort? Yeah, he took it a little bit too far for comfort. But on the back end, we just don't know how deep. Jay might don't see their relationship how Kiara seen it, because we also heard Jay say at one of the one of the men's lounge, like, she like, well, is Kiara, that to you? And he was kind of like, I'm still figuring that part out. So in Kiara's mind, it might be deeper than what Jay's feeling. Possibly.
I can see your point, Q. I think it's a very well articulated point. As always, good sir. I think this is where I have the issue, right? Kiara really has been with Jay, of Jay, and by Jay. She hasn't really moved anywhere else. So I would understand your point if Kiara was moving around, right? Now, if Kiara was moving around, Jay was moving around, then okay, that's understandable. But because Kiara, and from what we saw, because we don't see everything, there is a reason why it's called the cutting room floor. But from what we've seen, it seems like Kiara is really about it. Now, we know that there's some relationships, like you said, Q, that one person has a strong connection than the other. But at least out of all of them, it seems like Kiara's really been a real one. No?
I was actually going to say that too. When it comes to like, even if it has been one-sided, which I can't even really say it's been one-sided, because every time we go into the men's lounge and it's spoken about who's your strongest connection, Jay has always said Kiara is in his top. She's always been his main connection. I have not heard him talk about having connections with any of the other women, honestly. And from what we've seen, there hasn't really been too much interaction between him and the others as much. With Kiara, I feel like she's coming in this with intention to date Jay. She's focused on him. She has not given her time or attention to any of the other guys. She's solely focused on him and trying to build what they could possibly have in the future. So even if it's one-sided, this is still the time for Jay to say, okay, well, yeah, either we're going to date with intentions or we're not. Because I feel like he's now going to be the one that's either going to hold her up or he's going to help her fall. Like, which one is it going to be? But I mean, still, to me, it doesn't matter if your feelings are, how can I say this? Not your feelings are as strong as the other person's, but in a time like this where you're dating with intention, okay? You're dating with the intention to have a forever partner or to fall in love or to, have a future. That's the whole point of this process. In this process, you find someone that you've connected with throughout this entire process, but then you decide that, okay, well, once we get close to the end, now I'm going to start talking to other women. Okay, I'm going to start giving attention to other women because now I'm not sure. That is disrespectful to Kiara, honestly. Because in all this time, she's given him her attention and he has been giving her his attention. But then, you just kind of give that up for what?
Does that make a little more sense to you?
It makes perfect sense. You know what I'm saying? And I really understand both of y'all perspectives. You know what I'm saying? And I totally get it. Sometimes I play a little devil's advocate at times. You know what I mean? As you know. And,
of course.
I was about to say, we all do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, y'all both said last week that Sahara looks like an option. And I was like, what the fuck to both of y'all? But y'all are still here because I love y'all. So it's all good.
Yeah, and then just like I just told you, listen, I know you might be mad, but I feel like Sahara actually has more chance of staying than Angie. Because I don't see Angie having a connection with anyone. At least Sahara is trying to put herself out there to connect with people. I don't feel like Angie has the connection she had with Cam. That is gone. Cam is not. He's not feeling her.
But that kind of moved me to see Cam go out like that. You know what I mean? Because I feel like Angie was expressing what Cam is like. Cam is your true definition of an F-boy. And the only reason why I say that is, why in the world would you be so concerned about Angie's response? You know what I mean? Why would you be so concerned about her response? Like, if she gives you the same energy you gave her, you know what I'm saying, negatively or positively, that's who Angie is. If you treat her right, I believe, she'll treat you right. But if you play with her, she's going to play with you too. And so Cam is like, you know what I mean, I know I'm going to mess up on some things, you know what I mean, but are you going to take it to that extreme? So I'm thinking on the back end of it, I'm like, why in the world are you really worried about her response when it comes to certain things unless you're going to push her that far? If you understand what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. And Angie actually made a really great point because she was like, why is it that I would have to, just let it go if you hurt me? No, that's not how it is. Like, you can't be the person who's hurting others and not expecting someone to retaliate or for someone to come back and actually say what you did, I didn't like, or this is how it made me feel, or okay, well, since me trying to communicate with you is not working, all right, I'm about to match your energy, and so what you do, I'm finna do.
And to give
what's
context,
good for the goose is good for the gander.
Exactly. You make your choice, but you cannot choose your consequence.
Exactly. And to give some context,
absolutely,
and connection on this, good people. Basically, after everything went down, there was some other things that went down. Of course, Cam and Rose HUD, and then there was some football happening. Sahara tried to be the clown that she is. Hey, listen, she the one that showed up as Cotton Candy on national television, not me, nor any of us up here. But then we go on to here. Listen, we cover the show. So this conversation right here was talking about toxic versus spicy. And there was a question of, have you ever busted somebody's windows out their car, to use the great Jasmine Sullivan's words? So as Angie was making her drink, and by the way, this is a very decently expensive champagne bottle. By the way, pro tip, if you see the labels covered, that means they didn't get permission to air it on the show. Just a little pro tip. But anyway, as Angie's making her drink, and Jay is trying to save his ass, this conversation happens because Angie says, well, what did you do? And Cam puts 20 on 10 unnecessarily to Gigi and Gigi and Q's, good Lord Jesus, Gigi and Q's articulate point here of Cam, you can't really be upset. You asked a question, she gave an answer, right? That's like saying, I want to go walk Disney World. Yeah, Disney World. You say, well, it's too hot. Can we go home? Motherfucker, I spent $10,000 on this fucking trip. You gonna get these Puma shoes. You gonna walk your ass onto these fucking rides, right? Listen. But sincerely, I didn't really see anything wrong, to y'all both articulate points that you often do. I didn't really see anything wrong with what Angie said. Right now, Angie also added some context, conjecture, and connection of, you have to take me there. So if you do what you're supposed to do, you won't get that energy.
Right. And the fact that she, was trying to express, like, you asked the question of if I ever have. Yes, she admitted it. Yes, she has done that. And that could have been something she did in her teen years. She could have grown out of busting windows out of car and decided, okay, I'm about to play this strategic game. I'm finna, you know what I'm saying? Like, things change.
Correct.
What you've done in your past does not represent what you are in the present, nor does it dictate your future. Like, it all is on your choices. Sometimes a person's past can make their future be whatever it is, but that's really still on the choices.
Correct.
But in a relationship, even with that, her trying to express it, or even if they're, to have a conversation about this to where there is a better understanding, I feel like Cam completely just dismissed that because that was his way. And I even think he made the comment was like, he found something, because she's like, you're trying to find a problem. And he's like, I found one. So that, I feel like that was his way of just trying to find an issue so that he could eliminate. He's got three options. He has to find a way to be able to eliminate them so that he can say, okay, so now I'm just focused on this person.
Exactly. And it's also too portraying her. No, go ahead, Q. I'll come right after you, brother.
No, go ahead, bro. I had a whole nother point.
I was going to say very quickly, and it's portraying Angie in a way that she is not, because we all know the angry black woman stereotype. Whether you're light skinned or dark skinned, whether you're chocolate or caramel, as long as you still taste sweet, you a black woman to me. Praise the Lord. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The point is, you saying that I want peace in my life when Angie has been nothing but peaceful to you, it's disrespectful. It just is, bro. Like I really don't see what the problem was in that. I think that you just don't really have a And I can't believe I'm about to say this. This is not a win for you, Sahara. Okay, this is not a win for you, and neither is it for you two on the panel. But I'll give credit where credit is due. When Sahara said that Cam can't make up his mind on that date with all the ladies, Sahara's somewhat right. Now, this is not a victory lap for Sahara. I still believe she shouldn't be on the show. But
Listen, I'm gonna make this just a quick comment, not to cut you off. Sorry, Braylon, but
no, you're good.
Sometimes honesty is unattractive to people who aren't living in their truth.
Let the church say amen.
Okay. So for him, just like you said, Cam's a F boy. I don't feel like he truly knows himself enough to truly know what's really toxic, or even how to navigate toxicity or truth, or because Angie's telling her truth. You asked the question, she could have lied and said, no, I've never done that. No. But she didn't. She was honest with you, and that's something that you couldn't handle. Why? Is it because you've in your past done some fuck shit and somebody has busted your windows out, or you have some trauma with some stuff like this? There's so many different reasons which could be the reason, but the fact is why are you so upset about her being honest, and then her coming to try to communicate about it to get a better understanding, and so that you can understand where she's coming from or what she said, and you're completely cutting it off? Yeah, honesty is unattractive to a person who does not live in their own truth.
And that is a side effect of drinking Combath coffee. Go ahead, Q. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Q. What'd you say?
See, the thing about Cam is, I heard Cam also say it might be on this episode, or it might be going into the next episode, but he was talking to Rose. He said, I got to spend more time with you because I feel like I'm losing you. So I said, what? It blew me when he said it, because I'm just like, oh, you just want her vote? Or do you really want to spend time with her to get to know her? You know what I mean? I don't want to lose you. You know what I'm saying? So he see her drifting away. You know what I mean? To Hussein, getting a stronger connection with Hussein. And he like, nah, I'm not trying to lose her. I'm just trying to keep her around. You know what I mean? Just like Sahara. Like you said, Bray. Sahara said, Cam don't know what he wants. And Cam, I really don't feel like Cam is there for the right reason. I don't feel like he's there for the right reason. I don't feel like he's trying to find love. I feel like he's just trying to stay on the show. He's trying to stay as relevant as possible. Because there's no way you this deep into the process and you don't have at least your selection narrowed down to 2.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm just like, Cam, they playing games. He they playing. And for you to sit there and find that reason to say, nah, I don't want to talk to Angie no more. I'm not even interested in the first place. And the thing about it is, when she said that, can you please get some context to why she did it?
Correct.
And also, Angie, why you would never go there again. I think she kind of said a couple things about she wouldn't do that again. But that was your time to really dig deep and get some more information about her. You know what I mean? Get some more information about who she is now. You know what I mean? Where she came from, and you know what I mean, just to make a better decision for you. But he go to say, nah. Then he said Angie walked off. Well, he the one who walked off in the kitchen. He walked off in the kitchen. Walked off in the kitchen. Got on the couch. It's like, bro, like
this picture right here. Hang on, as it pops up right here.
Yeah, and Angie came in, trying to figure out what's going on with you. You know what I mean? And in that situation there, your communication skills wasn't that great. You know what I mean? Your communication skills not that great. And that's what I'm saying. Cam playing games. He playing games.
I mean, to use a meme, I think Cam has this type of mindset.
Time is slipping away from me. Yeah. Time.
It's slipping away from him, right? I mean, just
it's lie like grease. You can't keep.
Oh my God, I love this damn show so damn much. Oh my God. So, with all that being said, we are now at the point where Cam is pulling back from Angie, which is so fucking unnecessary. And, you know, Cam is going for Sahara now. So here they are right here. And so Hussein is just chilling. He being the black Uncle Si, he's taking a little sip of tea, mowing a little grass, and when he get done, he gonna sit down somewhere. You understand that's what Hussein is doing. So with all that being said, they get, you know, dinner together, all that stuff, because they're gonna get ready to play. They're gonna get ready to play Truth or Dare. So this is Kiara's face right here. She just done with shit. She's just done with it. So they're all eating dinner and this, that, and third. And so, you know, the dares come in, right? So Angie kissed Sahara. The oldest and youngest had to take a shot. And then there was a dare from Rose. And by the way, they were playing Truth or Dare Jenga. Now, this is a real thing, okay? They even have Jenga where you can have like shots in the queue and everybody, where you can have like a Jello shot in the Jenga, and you pull it out and you do a shot with it. I'm like, oh my Lord Jesus. I'm so glad they've never done that as a primetime show, taped or live, because that would be shut down after the first 3 episodes. But here, Tay has a dare of give your number one choice a lap dance. And of course it is Cisco. Now, what did you think of this Truth or Dare? Because it comes up every damn season. The last time this happened, Lord Jesus, it was a combative astrophe over that word. What did you think about all this, Q?
I tell you, that's one part of the shows I really enjoy, because you really get to see who people are. You know what I mean? You get to see, you know, who don't like who, and sometimes you get to see people feelings hurt, and sometimes it's necessary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One thing that I like that stays strong is Cisco and Cisco's connection. Cisco, I forgot the girl's name. Cisco.
Tay?
Cisco, Cisco and Jay connection. That was really dope to see that connection. That actually, you know what I mean, the show went by pretty smooth as far as the Jenga. The Jenga was dope. You know what I mean? I feel like I enjoyed that part. I enjoyed it a lot. It wasn't as, you know, deep as some of the other ones have been, but it was okay. It was okay.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I think it broke up, you know, the monotony of the show. I mean, especially since it went on a 5 to 6 month hiatus and it's come back. So to have this a part of it was a very nice was a nice surprise for sure. Not saying what's going to happen, because we don't know what the episode is until we see it. But yeah, so then, you know, this is what you do not want to happen in your life. You don't want wood to fall down on you. And what you are probably thinking is that, oh, Bray, that's a Jenga tower. You'll be fine. No, those are wooden blocks, ladies and gentlemen, put together in a tower. Now, as a kid, you know, it falls on you, okay. But as an adult, it can make you hurt for a minute. You know what I mean? Like,
but as long as shots involved, it's all good.
Exactly. Exactly. Hey, Gigi, welcome back in. We were just talking about the Truth or Dare of it all. I was just saying to Q and everybody, this is what you don't want to happen in your life. You don't want everything to fall down. But this is a wooden Jenga tower, and that can hurt as an adult. And Q would say, as long as there's shots involved, everything is good. We talked about Tay and Cisco, because Tay gave Cisco a lap dance. That was the dare. And then, of course, the oldest and youngest had to take a shot. And then Angie kissed Sahara.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say big ups to Tay for even reading the room and seeing that the energy was off, and was like, you know what, let's try to spruce this up. Let's spice things up. You know what I'm saying? We're not about to be here in this house and everybody just be, just blah. Let's have some fun.
Right.
So definitely big ups, for that. And it did seem like it shifted the energy in the house. You've seen people smiling more and laughing and interacting, which was really, really good. But still, certain connections you can see are stronger than others. I see Cisco and Tay staying together, honestly. I can even see Rose and Hussein.
Yeah, I could definitely see them.
I am not quite sure about the rest of the couples. I'm not quite sure.
No,
but I definitely agree that those wooden things hurt. They hurt sober or with shots, okay? It's just the true pain after you take shots doesn't come in until after them shots wear off.
Why you take another shot?
Exactly, that part.
I would say to cue into the fam here. Thank God they have never taken this and made it a primetime game show or a dating show, because it wouldn't last after the first 3 episodes. You get 10 men, 10 women in a room to play primetime adult Jenga on camera. You think that lap dance was too much for child? That would be on streaming service.
Sir, wait a second. You are going to the Ready to Love Swingers edition. Wait a second. You talking about group activities now. Wait a second.
I'm not going on. I'm going on the Ready to Love Curves edition. Okay, that will be my season. Okay, now I know mostly every season has curves, but I'm talking about a season of straight curvy women. Okay, that will be my season. Okay. If anything is going to be swinging from this mouth, is going to be her peaches, okay, and my hands trying to hold on to the peach, okay. That's
so Braylon, you said instead of curb your enthusiasm, you like the curves of your enthusiasm, huh?
Go take your ass to the court.
Okay.
Well done, well motherfucking done.
I'm going to the Ready Love Hallelujah edition. I'm trying to
listen.
Hallelujah.
Listen.
He said he going to the Ready to Love Jubilee. He ready.
Listen, there will be a weekly praise dance elimination where you will have to dance for your life. You will be judged on movement, looks, and confidence. I'm so damn wrong.
And if you lose, you're gonna be swallowed up.
Close the door. Close the door.
That part.
Close the door. I'm trying to see.
Lord Jesus. See this is why I can't be a pastor, because let the right thick woman be in the front row. She will be First Lady Lee. And Mr. Lee, it's been we've been back here for 2 hours. Fuck, I was supposed to preach. I'm so sorry, y'all. My bad.
Listen, that is so funny, because my husband been showing me these videos of like these funny church things that be happening, and there was one pastor, and there was a woman, and she was thick. Okay, she was thick, Braylon. You would have liked her. Mm-hmm. And he came up and he, trying to lay hands, and he was giving her a hug, and that hand slid down that back and around them curves. I said, "Oh Lord, caught on camera in the church." Yeah, he caught them curves, and then there was another one who the lady, I think she was in the choir, she was coming up and handed him something, and he looked at her twice and said, "Oh, good Lord." I said, "Wait a minute. They doing this in church?"
That's the guy too now.
Listen. And he knows what's blessed. Okay.
Listen. When I think of you know, one of the best Tyler Perry movies was with Keke Palmer, and you know, when Medea's like, when I think of the goodness of Jesus and all that he's done for me, replace that with when I think of the thickness, I meant the goodness of the Lord and all that she's done. I mean, he's done for me. If it hadn't been her making a Noah flood on my face, I meant if she had held me in the, if he did hold my soul in those, you know what? In Jesus' name, amen. Braylon, you okay? You know what? It's God's fault for making these thick women. Adam had Eve in the garden, and Eve was thick, and it's our fault. Okay, this is why we got sins on earth, because of these thickness. Braylon, you can't prove that. You don't see all this. You don't think God made all this? Well, when you say it like that, Braylon.
Listen. They say that where one or two are gathered in his name, that is having church. And as long as the water flows through Eve's garden, Adam can always be baptized.
I have a feeling that the swingers are going to be saying hallelujah to that, because I don't think that's what God meant by when two or more agree. But, you know, we'll just take it for what it is.
Why not? Why not? Because I know I call his name sometimes. I'm like, "Oh, good Lord Jesus." Oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you.
Lord,
help me, Jesus. Help me. Help me. Okay. All right.
Now Gigi Nan
You swimming? You still swimming, baby? You down there? You swim. Okay, good. It's all right as long as you got your life jacket on. Jesus, help me. Keep him afloat, Lord. Keep him afloat. Jesus.
Not Gigi Nan being a naughty nun as a minister in her church house. Well, let the church say amen.
Listen.
Okay.
He is the pastor and I am the first lady, okay? And when he speaks his sermons, I shall collect his sweat.
Well.
Okay, you know what? Moving on.
How we talking?
Well, you just touched the hem of his cloak and you healed, huh, Gigi? Okay. All right. Well, let's just move on.
Praise him. Hallelujah.
I ain't lying. I ain't lying.
Okay. I love y'all so damn much. All right. So with all that being said, we get this situation here where Sahara is like, "Girl, what is going on?" So, you know, Cisco is giving Tay her space, you know what I mean? Because Tay has some connections as well. Rose and Hussein are, you know, rooming together, this, that, and the third. And Cisco here is just, he done. Like, that's an Uncle Pose after you had, like, what? Honey baked ham, collard greens, cornbread, and 2 slices of sweet potato pie. Like, he good. He is good. And you know what? He probably had some rise mushroom coffee before this day that happened.
Commercial break. Commercial break.
Right, commercial.
Hey, hang on a second. I love this damn panel so damn much. I swear to God, I do. Oh my God. Okay, give me a moment, y'all. Give me a moment.
Because it definitely looked like he need a Rise energy drink right now.
You know what? Oh my God. Hang on a second. Let me see here.
They came in there and said, "I need you to rise up and get in this pool."
Wow. You really are bold today, aren't you? Okay. All right, hang on. Let me get up here. Let me see.
Braylon, because you know what I've been going through because we've been talking. So
yes,
this right here is definitely an escape from certain issues and hurt. For those who don't know, my uncle passed away on Monday, so been dealing with some family things, and my mother actually. It's crazy because just a couple weeks ago, my mother had an incident where she went unconscious at dialysis and
oh no,
stopped breathing. Yeah, so they had to do CPR on her. Ended up breaking a few of her ribs. She has a neck fracture. And while she was in the hospital, my aunt, which is her younger sister, was coming out of the same hospital for a neck surgery. Well, within a day of my aunt leaving and my mom being in the hospital, my uncle went into the hospital because he had cancer. And they told him that he had 3 to 4 months to live. Well, he didn't last a week. So yeah, so it was a lot, worrying about my mom and then finding out my uncle was there and then him passing. And then it was where we didn't tell my mom because of what she was going through and being in the hospital and her, or trying to get her to recoup and things like that. So it's been a hard process, but I just want to say thank you guys so much for letting me have this outlet, because right now me being able to laugh and joke and things, it actually is definitely helping me during this healing time. So thank you guys.
Oh, absolutely. No, we love you right back, and much love, prayers, and support to your family. When we got the news, I think I can speak for Q and Salam, but I know Q will speak for himself as he often will, and do and does. That was non-negotiable. That you needed time off. I feel like if any one of us was going through something, we are that much of a family that we got each other's back. So,
you and your family in my prayers, Gigi, as you always are.
Thank you.
The whole family goes in my prayer, to tell you the truth. But my condolences, and there's gonna be brighter days coming soon. I know that.
Amen.
Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, on a good note, my son turned 22 yesterday, which
yay! Yes, indeed.
My son turned 6.
Listen, y'all getting older. Okay, listen, I'm 31. Y'all getting on up there now. Now let me.
Well, listen, hold on. We just gonna tell some truths. I'm not that much older than you, Braylon. I'm still in my 30s too. I did have kids young. Okay, like my oldest, she's 23. Then my son is 22. I have a 14-year-old, 11-year-old, and a 10-year-old. So
I'm messing. Good Lord. Jesus.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, shit happens. Okay.
Empty nest coming soon.
Thank you. Listen.
When the empty nest comes and she is on silent for the whole show, we will know why. So Q, what I thought about? This is what I thought about the show. And G, like, hang on, baby, I'm alive. Hey, you know what? This was a very pivotal scene of the season. Okay, I'll be back.
Listen, I was about to tell some more truths, but I think I should stop. Today is enough.
Oh my God, child! I was joking. Oh my Lord! You know what? I'm not out.
Listen, I'm a grown ass woman. I don't need for the nest to be empty. Just go to school. Just that's what school is for. Okay.
Basically,
school and bedtime. Okay, there's reasons for this.
Basically, Q, she's the naughty principal and he's the bad student. Basically. That's what I got from that translation.
So school always gonna be in session.
Exactly.
Sometimes I got to stay after for tutor sessions, but it's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, sometimes he need a little more education.
Exactly right. In the words of UNICEF, the mind's a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Hey,
sometimes you need to. Sometimes you have to put it in the pantry too.
Can you tell we've been doing this for a while, y'all? Oh my Lord Jesus. So with Cisco being in uncle mode after a Thanksgiving dinner, right here. Lord Jesus Christ, I cannot with y'all. So there is Tay and Cisco. They're having a conversation about anything and everything. And so after all that, Kiara, Rose is talking too, but Kiara does not want to doesn't want to watch a movie with Jay. And Jay is really pissed off, but also too, Jay, you gotta understand, bruh, that you did what you did, right? And I'll just say this, right? To use some words from a person that's in jail, when a woman's fed up, ain't nothing you can do about it. No matter how many times you say sorry, right? Exactly. No matter how many times you say sorry, it's going to look like I'll put it like this. Even though you might have gotten her a Mercedes Benz, she gonna look at the title and where you bought it from. So she can be like, oh my God, this is a used Mercedes Benz that's got 50,000 miles on it. Even though it's practically brand new. Like it ain't no scratches on it, ain't no dents on it, ain't nothing bad about it. But that sorry that you giving her, she's trying to figure out where the sorry's coming from because it's not a brand new from your soul apology. So what did y'all think of that scene about Jay and Kiara? Because Kiara was not having it. Not here, not there, not anywhere, Kiara, that she was.
I feel like it was, if it was Tay, if Jay was rubbing Tay down, it'd be a little bit more understanding. You know what I mean? But she like, out of all people, you rubbing Sahara down? You know what I mean? So I kind of feel it. Once you're in your feelings, then your feelings. Just give us some space, some time just to kind of relax. You can't rush that process. You know what I mean?
Right.
Only thing you pretty much, ask the person's mercy now that you're trying to, mend those broken pieces together. So I feel like Jay kind of going about it the wrong way. I'm trying to force her to talk about the situation, but he's got to let that right there happen. Let her cool off. Hopefully things come back together.
And see, I'm in a different position than that. So I can understand her being upset initially and what she's upset about. But at what point do you grow? At what point do you show your growth? Because in that situation, all she really had to do was talk to him about it. Get an understanding. Find out where he was coming from. Make your determination off of the communication that you've had after the situation. Don't just base it off what has happened. Now, it'd be different if, they've been together, they're in a serious relationship. She's finding out now that he's been creeping, cheating all along. That's different. Okay, no excuses. No, we're not going to talk about this. But during this process where we're still trying to get to know each other and we're still trying to understand each other, okay, let's openly communicate more. Let me mature from just being upset and just going off of, because I'm mad about who it was. Instead of me going there, let me communicate this with you. And I'm not about to wait until it's time for us to go to bed and just have an attitude all day. Well, hold on. Wait a second. Nope, because then I just stopped. Nope. No, she was right. Because again, they had this conversation before they left. They had this conversation on the bus. No, Jay, you was wrong. Never mind. Forget what I just said. Nope. Nope. All of it just had to play back like, well, they had the conversation. Yeah, they did. And he just completely bypassed that. Now, again, it'd been different if him and Sahara had this relationship or was building a connection this whole time. And she knows that, hey, it's between me and Sahara. So let me step up my game and show him that I'm the better woman. That's different than it being just somebody who kind of you haven't had this connection with. And then They just out the blue. Now y'all sitting on the couch, y'all lounging, leg locking, you massaging her, all the yeah. No, that's out the way.
So even if he said, "Come and talk to me, I really wanna know you," and Kiara's like, "Okay, well, talk to me." Well, listen, I get so lonely, motherfucker. I'm right here. You get so long. I am right fucking here. I'm sorry, y'all. Those are the first two song references I could think of, y'all. Like, what was I supposed to do? Okay, these people move like this, and I'm supposed to just let jokes just lay there as we lay and forgot about tomorrow and yesterday. In the words of Shirley Murdoch, y'all must not know what channel y'all are on. Okay, listen, it was what it was. Speaking of, it was what it was. We need some help, Cisco, because we're almost at the end, but we just need to rise up just a little bit higher. So let's hear. I swear to God, this damn show. Here's Cisco from Rise Coffee. Here we go.
Thinking of buying Rise Mushroom Coffee on Amazon? Stop. You need to hear this first. I just got a fake one from Amazon and it almost looked identical to the real thing. But here's the problem. When Rise sold out, a wave of copycats popped up, selling knockoffs that look legit, but they're not. These fakes do not include all 6 adaptogenic mushrooms, or if they claim to, the doses are way off. Worse, they're not third-party tested for mycotoxins, molds, and heavy metals. That means you can be drinking something loaded with contaminants and have no idea. With Rise, you're safe. Every batch is third-party tested for toxins, and you get the full effective dose of 6 adaptogenic mushrooms. Every sip is clean, pure, and the real deal. If you're planning on trying Rise, use the official link I'm leaving below. Don't risk your health or your money on cheap knockoffs. The real one should have 150,000 sales and tons of 5-star reviews. Don't trust anything else on Amazon or anywhere else. Your body deserves better.
That smile can kill a woman anytime, brother. You did good. You did fucking good. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. This damn show that we do. So with all that being said, I fully agree with both of you guys. I think that, Jay has to take this one for what it is right now, right? So then, of course, Cisco being the great gentleman that he is, we get to breakfast. And no, I did not plan that, ladies and gentlemen, okay? It looks like it was planned, but that's just called smooth hosting, okay? That's all that is. But we have breakfast time, right? And so we have Cal and Deona. They are talking about, what Deona is looking for in a man. And y'all, I need y'all help with this. Because it sounded like what Deona really wanted was an in-house man that had a 6-pack where she could have his way with him from time to time, because what Deona said, fix things, take out the trash, paint things. What did y'all think about that?
To me, instead of her wanting a relationship, it sounded like she just wanted a personal Angie's List handiworker.
That's what I'm saying, yes.
Like what you're and Khalil made a great point. It doesn't seem like she's so independent that she would not open herself up to actually allow a man to lead.
Exactly. Khalil said over independence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Deona, about Deona is I really don't feel like she sees herself with any guy there. So since no guy can really open up and make her break down those barriers, I feel like this is the version of her that we get. You know what I mean? And then number 2, it could just be nothing there at all. You know what I mean? It could just be a big booty and a nice face. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, I mean, one thing is consistent. She had this going on. She still got going on with this damn wig child.
Listen, you had to bring that up, and I did not want to do it. But why does she look like Big Frida? Why does she look like Big Frida, though? If ain't nobody ever seen Frida in a blonde wig, this is what Frida would look like. And I'm not listen.
That is a New Orleans legend. We're not going to disrespect her like that. Come on now.
Listen, I love Big Frida. Okay, I'm just saying. Her and Deona could be close cousins.
You know what? Lord Jesus, help me, Father God.
Okay, not close cousins, distant cousins, twice removed but replaced once. I don't know.
Oh my God. Child. I could not, but I'm agreeing with both of y'all. I don't think her guy is there. I think she has made it, like you said so far, Q. Nothing but a smile. You know what I mean? And of course this wig. So here's the thing though. It goes from that to this. Did it look like Deona was smaller to y'all on that shot? Because this is what I got from the show. I took the shots from the show. It just it looked like best friends more than a couple.
But to tell you the truth, I haven't really seen too much from Khalil either. Khalil seemed like a dope guy. You know what I'm saying? He seemed cool, pretty laid back and chill. But a lot of times, in these kind of settings, you kind of got to be aggressive and put yourself out there. You know what I mean? Unless your person is just not there. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've really seen Khalil be very vulnerable. You know, I heard him talk about things he liked and didn't like and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But it wasn't really nothing too in depth. Unless it's just his person's just not there as well. He seemed interested in Tay, but Tay got, Taylor like, you meet me at the altar in your white dress.
You know what? Basically, if the song played of "Can You Stand the Rain," nobody would be able to step forward at this point.
Not at all. There's only one person standing in the rain right now. That's
Listen, and the way I see it, all of them standing in the rain, but only Sis gonna give Tay an umbrella. Who else?
Wow.
Everybody else is gonna get drizzled on and rained on, while only one of them is being protected.
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you one thing about Tay. You know what I mean? And Tay was very open going into the process, and you see the results that she got.
Yep.
She was open and talking to Naeem, who had 5 kids. She was open. You know what I mean? Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. And she's really going through the process. You know what I mean?
Fully agree.
Yeah, and even for her to say like, "Hey, this is something that I want. I want a person that's got a job, a car, and all this, that, and the third," but she's still saying, "You know what? But I'm willing to accept you as you are. I'm willing to get to know you where you are now and grow with you, so that when you get to where when you become the person I want, I could be there with you through that journey." Like Tay is that type of person that she's willing to take that chance. She's willing to go against what she wants to get what she needs.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. Absolutely fully agree with that.
So yeah, I agree. When it comes to going through the process, I feel like she's definitely putting herself out there and fully committing herself to the process.
Absolutely. Without question, for sure. So with all that being said, we get to this, child. We would like for you to have a little bit more to you, because obviously you've been gifted. We can see that. Obviously D and Q can't feel that, but we can see it. You understand? We see it, right? I need to stop. Jesus. Okay, moving on. So we got Khalil, who is basically saying that he doesn't really see anything going anywhere, right? And Khalil says disrespect gets to him, right? That's one of his pet peeves. And Deona said that you're very subtle and observant, and you watch things happen, and Deona wants Khalil to be more active, but you can't ask for somebody to be more active than the non-active person that you are, right? I did get that.
That's like telling somebody that you want them to work out while you sitting there eating a big fat ass cheeseburger.
Hey, listen.
No, I want you to work out. No, listen. I need for you to get on this treadmill right now.
Now, listen. I'm working my mouth on this burger. My mouth could be working on something else. Okay. Listen. It's up to you on how you want to work this mouth out. Okay. Listen. I'm just letting your ass know. Okay. I had to get in my car, go down the street to Jack in the Box, and they had so many options. I had to get the munchie meal, because I wanted this to be a long workout. Okay, now I could have just got one double jack. Okay, but oh no, you wanted to work out for 2 damn hours. Okay, so this is your damn fault. My mouth could be working on something else. Damn it. And that's what we call skit, ladies and gentlemen. So.
Right. But you know what, Q? I agree with you. I don't feel like Khalil is giving all of himself either.
Totally. I feel like, oh girl, her person left the show. I feel like Eddie and her would have been a good match. I really feel like it would have been a good match. But Khalil, I don't think Khalil's not really interested in anybody else but her and Tay. And Tay gone, so he just
right.
Yeah, he doing the bare minimum now.
And honestly, I don't think he really is feeling Deona either. It's just more of her looks. People are really attracted to how she looks. Like she's built well. She's definitely built well, but she's full of stuffing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, girl.
So the honey baked ham ain't honey bacon at all. Is that what you're saying? Or the honey glazed turkey is not honey glazing?
Okay. No, this is the thing. It's honey glazed on the outside. It look real, real good. It's got all the trimmings, the fixings, the juices. Look like it's just gonna be so good.
Yes.
But you cut into it and you're like, wait a minute. Hold on. Who the fuck done hollowed out the inside of a ham? So y'all just gonna leave the outside? Where's the inside? Oh, this is a trick. It's not even Halloween and y'all trying to trick me. I thought I was getting a treat and this is a trick.
I'm done. I am so done. And you saying that with Khalil wearing a great pumpkin Charlie Brown sweater on, I'm done with you. I am so done with you.
Wah, 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 wah.
Oh my God. Did I mention we don't talk before the show? All this is live. Oh my God. So after all that, right? Khalil and Jay talk, right? So this is Jay and Khalil talking about the optics, and Khalil is, giving Kiara's optics, right? Of, hey, you gotta give her some time because that's how she saw it. Basically, what we said here on the panel. So then, Tommy Miles coming through. Yes, indeed. It's like, all right, y'all, listen. I know y'all having a good time. I know I played in GG's and Braylon's and Q's and talked with Salon Dr. Ucha's face about Red Love Polyamory Edition. I'm gonna keep doing that, playing their face. But we love y'all watching the show. Thank you so much. But gentlemen, it's time. I need to talk to y'all because one of these ladies gonna go home. So all right, fellas, let's make it do what it do. He didn't say all that in the episode, everybody. We look, we have a nice virtual studio here, ladies and gentlemen, but we don't have the budget to bring Tommy Miles to you. So we gotta do what we can. You know what I mean? So yeah. So after that, we have the gentleman here talking about their connections, and everything in between. Cisco is still with Tay. Hussein has Rose. Jay has Kiara. Then there was a situation with Jay and Sahara. Cam said to Sahara to move around, with her connections. Cal with Deona, but he says that connection's a little slow. And then Nephew Tommy says, what do you have when it's over? So what did y'all think about the guys chat here with Nephew Tommy?
Can we talk about Cam's demeanor?
Sure.
And just the fact of when Tommy was asking them, like which ones they choose, and he was going through it, he basically eliminated Angie. She's no longer somebody that he wants to get to know.
Right.
He's told Sahara to move around. So how close is that connection? But then when you get to Rose, he heard Hussein talk about Rose and their connection. And if anybody really was paying attention, Cam's face dropped when Hussein was talking about his connection with Rose. And when Tommy asked him basically, how do you feel about that, that connection, or, even Sahara's connection, he makes it as though he feels no type of way. Like he just doesn't care, it doesn't matter to him. But clearly you can see that there is an issue with Rose connecting with someone other than him, because I feel like he might actually like her, but just like she said, he's not given enough to really, you know what I'm saying? Like, show up. If you really trying to do these things, show up. But so for him to kind of throw out, okay, I'm not really feeling Sierra, Angie's done. I feel like he's really stuck on Rose, but he knows that he can't get her. And that's why he's sitting there looking mad with his arms crossed, because he don't have no other real connection. Right now, if he really had to think about it, this would be a settle moment. It wouldn't be somebody that you truly want. And I think he said that too, that he has to really think about, like, what he wants and in his life, basically. But yeah, I don't see Cam's connection, but honestly, if there was somebody, I honestly would rather see him with Sahara. Let Rose go and be with Hussein.
Yeah.
And just go with it from there.
I'm fully in agreement with you, because I think that, I think I said this at the top of the show. I think this might have been when you dropped down maybe. But I said, I think Rose is the woman that Cam needs, but I don't think that it's going to lead to Rose. Because Rose is in all of her grownness, not a fifth, not a quarter, not a half. She is full in her grownness. Like, Rose is one of those people, she did not need this show to find love. She is really a woman's woman and a man's woman, honestly. And I think Cam, soulfully is not there to match Rose's energy. I think what you said was very on point. I think that, with Rose, I think that Rose and Hussein definitely could be something for sure. Tina King, welcome into the live here. Glad to have you here. Tina King says, do you think they make their own decisions on Ready to Love Philadelphia, man or woman? Q, I'll throw that to you for your take on the guys' chat, and then we can get into this question. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I feel like they made their own decision. Simply, the reason why I feel like they make the decision, for the most part, whenever it comes down to the reunion, and you hear the reactions, and you hear who actually kept talking through the process, and who actually kept the process going, and you actually have some people who stayed with it. You got people married. Do I feel like it's some people there for fluff? Yeah, I do believe. But are there real connections brewing? Yes, I do believe. But on the back end of, you got people there for different reasons too. You got certain people there just for the exposure, Deona. Rose is really there to find love. I feel like personally, as watching, the episode and being a fan of the show. So I do believe you have people there for love, but you got people there for other things as well. But I do believe that true hearts, true people who really want to find love, they have that opportunity to find it. And but on the other thing, and another thing is the show does put people together. As to the fact of going on dates, because I've seen a lot of couples like, wonder what you doing on a date with him. They do, make you date other people on the show that you might not be your number one, number two, or number three, but they will give that opportunity. But it's up to you to find love.
Correct.
And even normally when they do that and they set you up on those dates with other people that you might not have a connection, that's during the beginning. And that's normally what you would do during a mixer or even, a mingle session. Say you were doing speed dating or something like that. That's kind of like what it is. You're going to be put in a position to get to know people just in case you have a connection with somebody that you might not realize you do. But the only way to do that is to set up these dates. Now it is up to you after that to either keep communicating with the person that you have went out on that date with, or a person that you find like you have a connection with yourself. Because outside of the show, they have the opportunity to communicate. They actually encourage it that outside of the show, communicate with these people, take each other's numbers down, go on. Like, they technically don't want you to go on dates outside of the show.
Correct.
But as far as communicating, yeah, you can text and call and things like that to try to build a connection. So as far as them making their own decisions, yeah, I definitely think they do make their own decisions because, okay, so there's a difference between scripted reality and unscripted reality.
Correct.
When you have scripted reality, most likely they're making the decisions for you. They're not what you see and what you think is really reality TV is not. It's actually someone behind the scenes pulling all of the strings, telling you what to say, what to do, where to be. They're telling the cameraman what shots to get. They're telling the audio technician what sounds to pick up, what conversations to focus on. So that's what you get. But when you get that unscripted, which Ready to Love is pretty much unscripted, but when you get that, you have them where you have people coming in with their own minds, their own abilities, and they're showcasing themselves. This is a time for you to this is that time for your 15 minutes of fame. Okay, you'll get your 15 minutes of fame, but in that process, you're looking for love. So be your authentic self. Either you come in and be your authentic self, or you bring your representative and it'll show on camera.
Yep.
So that's just how that goes. But yeah, I do feel like they are making their own decisions.
Or you can just wait to gather with two friends of yours from that particular show and try to make a podcast and go on a group trip. And then, if you happen to, try to mess with somebody's ex to make money, that could also happen as well. Oh, wait, that did happen. Shit. Okay. Right. Well, there is that. Sorry about that, everybody. It went to Gigi's point of unscripted television that sometimes things happen after the show. And all that did happen, ladies and gentlemen. And we're just waiting on season 3 at this point for that damn show that never ever met. Do you think will match Ann? Can you give some more context, conjecture, and connection there for us? Tina King, glad to have you here. So in the preview, we have Deona versus Angie. They're going at it. Cisco and Tay, they have a bit of a conversation. Rose and Cam, Jay and Kiara, and then Kiara and Janae, I think, or somebody with a J. I can't put my finger on it, but there's a lot of conversations happening within the next episode. What did you guys think of the preview?
I was about to say, wait a second, when did we get a Janae on the show? Wait a second, who is this?
What?
Curveball.
That part. No, I was trying to take down all the names, And so I think it's Kiara and somebody else, in all sincerity. But it did look like it was a tense preview. What did y'all think of that preview?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So at the end when they were doing the eliminations, yeah, I think it was Kiara and Jay, and was it Khalil and Deona?
Yes, it was Khalil and Deona. That's what I meant to say. Khalil and Deona. Yes.
Yeah. As far as the women, well, that was for the men, because even though the women are being eliminated this week, next week it's the men, and that's who are basically who we see in the chopping block for next week is basically Khalil and Jay, at least from what it seems, from what we've seen. But in this week, honestly, I see Angie going, because I don't see her having a connection with anyone there. Since her and Cam don't have that connection, he's basically eliminated her himself. Nobody else talks about Angie.
No.
So in that connection, I don't see her being. I see her being the one that is eliminated. Honestly.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with you there. I think Angie probably will go next. It is sad, but also too, you do have to have a connection to stay on the show. So it does give a little bit of Love Island energy, just a little bit. But yeah, it is going to be sad to see Angie go.
I don't think Angie's gonna go. I think it's gonna be Deona. I feel like Deona's gonna go. Me personally, I feel like it's gonna be Deona. Just because she really don't have a connection there either.
Yeah.
Angie got a connection somewhat with Hussein. Angie got a somewhat of a connection with Cam. So it would make sense for me, but hey, we'll see.
But Cam eliminated her. Cam basically said he don't, especially since she said that she done busted out somebody's car or the windows of somebody's car. He's not feeling Angie.
Yeah.
So I think that eliminates her having that connection with Cam. And as far as Hussein, from what we've seen, even with them being on this vacation, even this one first day, they really didn't get too many shots of her talking to Hussein or, really anyone. And I'm just gonna say this from a production standpoint or director standpoint. This episode really didn't give much, honestly. They're really, you really couldn't tell who had a connection or it was too confusing. I don't know. This episode didn't give as much as what you would think it would for a vacation when you're all in one house and you have the surrounding that you're in. And I don't know. I just feel like there could have been more. But yeah, I still see Angie going, but I could definitely see Deona being at the bottom just because she don't really have a connection either. So
yeah,
I could see that.
Yeah, I will agree with that. So Deona and Angie next week. And would it be fair to say that after this would be the finale? Because like at this point, like the females have, met the the men met the females, right, exes, but we haven't really seen, and we've seen the men. I'm trying to think. The women have talked to the men's families and friends, right? But the women haven't yet. Wait.
No, and I think that's what it was, is the guys meet the women's exes and the women meets the guys' friends or family.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be where the guys or the girls meet their exes, the guys' exes or anything like that. Yeah, we're at the end of the season. I feel that tomorrow's episode might be the last one because that's episode 10.
Right.
We might have one more after that just so that they do the decision making with the last couples, because we got 5 men and 5 women right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Let me see. Rose, Deona, Angie, Sahara. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So we have 5 women right now, 5 men. once we eliminate one female, one guy, we're down to our last. So now it's decision time to see who's going to stay and who's going to go. And normally they do that with the last 3 or 4 couples that are left. So yeah, I feel like we're down at the end. There's no more meet and greets with opposites. It's just decision time. Either, I mean, do you want to be with this person? Do you not? Do you feel like there's a connection? Do you not? And this is the time that makes this whole process even more, like, this is more important for you to really, really hone in on what you want. And I also think that's why they do this vacation at the end, because it's easier to see who a person is, and really if you can handle them when you're in close proximity for a certain amount of time. Sure. When you see how a person eats, how a person sleeps, and you can actually have 24 to 48 hours with a person, you can kind of get a gist of, do I want to deal with this or not? Is this something I can actually deal with or not?
Yeah, and also too, like, how will they wrap this up, right? Because like I said, like we said, it's been 5 to 6 month hiatus, and we're about to be at the end. So like, how do they wrap up a season that really, it seems like people, I'll put it like this, people could either be good with this season being on or be good without seeing the season. And then Tina King says, I did watch Ready to Love Philadelphia. I saw Kiara and Jay. Do you think they will match or red flag? I think they will match. That's been one of the strongest connections we have seen. We've been doing this panel show for about 4 to 5 seasons now. So we have a pretty good feel on the show, but I do think they will match Tina King. But back to that question, how will they wrap this up? Because, like I said, with that hiatus, with not really a lot of connections, will the 10th episode be like the episode where none of the women's exes were available? Will this finale be a filler finale?
I guess we see why they took the break. I guess we really see why they took the break, because coming back from such a hiatus, everything should be fireworks. You should be firing on all cylinders. Right. Your storyline should be a lot stronger. You really should you really define who's the main character. And I really believe it's Cam. Cam's the one really that's pushing the show right now. He's the only one that seems kind of messy, that really don't know where he's at. So they kind of centering the show around him. I really thought we'd see a lot more deeper connection. It would have been nice to see Jay and Kiara kick it off at the getaway. That would have been beautiful to see. You know what I mean? But instead, we see the conflict, which is good. Conflict is good, but it'd have been even better to see resolution as well. Right. I really feel like it started off strong. The season started off, the mixes were always pretty, it was okay. But we haven't really seen too much of the essence of the show these last couple of episodes. Maybe one couple, Tay and Cisco. That's the only one that's really given anything. Outside of that, I don't think I want to date nobody in Philadelphia.
No,
I don't think it's the city of brotherly love.
For Philly, okay, because this was a select group of people, so this doesn't represent everybody. But I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, but saying though, if this is the selection that y'all have selected out of the people in Philly, what does that say about the people in Philly?
They birthed Jill Scott Lee, y'all. Come on,
listen,
a little crazy.
Sir, listen. I grew up in Indiana where they birthed Michael Jackson. Okay, that don't mean shit. Okay, Michael Jackson, Vivica Fox, Babyface, all of them. They all from there. But guess what? That don't mean that Indiana's shit. Okay, because guess what? Every last one of them left Indiana.
I tried, Philly. I really did. I tried for y'all. I really did. Y'all got a Super Bowl winning team. Y'all got some really good stuff. I tried for y'all, but
now you know what? I'll go ahead and condone us just because the Eagles won. I will. Okay, I'll give it to them then.
That might be that too. You know,
right. I'll give it to them then. Shit, anybody who wins over Kansas City, I don't care. Listen, I'm for you. So,
but to tell you the truth, Philadelphia does not have the essence of Ready to Love. Ready to Love was almost a Southern show.
True.
You know what I mean? And when you go to a bigger market, you got to redirect everything. You know what I mean? Because you're going to a broader audience. When it was in Atlanta, you know, when it was in Charlotte, you know what I mean? And in a lot of those places in Texas, you know, it felt more homegrown. You know, it felt like, you know, once you go, let's say followers, once you've established your follower on Instagram, let's say 100,000 followers, they pretty much have the essence of who you are. You know what I mean? But when you go to 2 and 3 million followers, now you have to open up your you have to expand your brand. Right. And if your brand is on solid ground, you're gonna lose how you got to where you are. You know what I mean? And I feel like right now they're either trying to restructure Ready to Love to go to a bigger markets. You know what I mean? I don't feel like they did a good job with Philadelphia. I feel like they should stay in the South with it. You still got New Orleans you could do. You got other places you can do in the South. I really feel like, from what I was understanding, I think they're supposed to go into Chicago next, I think. And
here it is, my friend, from Lightheart Entertainment itself. This is the other production company in addition with Will Packer. They are looking for Chicago. You must live within an hour drive of Chicago to be considered. So they're in the middle of casting right now.
And I'll say it again, whoever is casted in Chicago better go put some money on R. Kelly's butts.
Good Lord Jesus.
Let me remind you that he is the king of R&B. I ain't lying.
He needs his residuals. Okay.
Listen, checkout is 6 a.m, okay? Listen, if any man asks a woman to come to their hotel and they leave the room key because I want to get with you because you a cutie, listen, be responsible for what the fuck you do, okay?
I'm only having sex in the kitchen by the buttered rolls. I'm trying to tell you. By the buttered
And whenever
rolls.
he's ready to toss that salad, you give him the toss.
I ain't lying. Toss it light. Toss it light.
All right. Well, hopefully the dressing doesn't get anybody's eye on top of that. Listen.
Listen, if it is, it's just a little dress and it's all right. It ain't never hurt nobody. Better put some extra butter on them rolls. You better stop playing.
I mean, she already tastes like cinnamon butter as it is. You really don't need anything extra, you know.
You know what? You shouldn't have said that because I'm sitting here looking at these damn cinnamon roll toaster strudels that I done gotten. I know they're going to be mad if I eat one of their toaster strudels, but I don't care.
So, hey, sometimes you got to eat it. Like my daddy said, I bought it.
Right?
My daddy said, I bought it.
Oh my God. Oh my Lord Jesus.
But yeah, I feel like this season we're coming up to the end. I really want to see how they're going to end this, especially after that 5-month hiatus. Are they going to extend it instead of it ending with episode 10 or even 11 episodes?
Right.
Are you going to push it out to 13, 14? Like, I really want to know how we're going to end this. Are we going to end this tomorrow or not?
Yeah, because if they end it tomorrow, I'll say this from a viewer and consumer standpoint. From the viewer standpoint, I feel like people will be good with it and without it. But for the consumers, they're going to lose their batshit crazy ass minds because they're going to feel like it's incomplete.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about that?
I agree with that. Yeah.
I agree. I totally agree. But I'm going to tell another person who I feel sorry, not even sorry for. But Tommy, you know what I mean? Tommy's so used to putting out a good product, and I really don't feel like he's too. I don't know if it's one of his best seasons he's put out because you really don't see too much of him. I know he do a lot of pop-ups here and pop-ups there. You really haven't seen too much of him. I understand he got a lot going on. I understand that, but I would like to see more of Tommy because he was always very insightful throughout the process. With different cast members helping them get along in their process. And you really haven't seen too much. And then another thing, you really haven't seen nobody fall out the process. And that's very common. You know what I mean? That's very common for somebody to get up and say, you know what, this process is not here for me anymore. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and exit. So I mean, different variables of the show we haven't seen. You know,
Yeah, just like even with the curveballs, I don't feel like he's been throwing out as many curveballs as he was before.
I think, that's very
We've
true.
had one curveball this season?
Exactly, and that was in this recent episode. Yeah, that was it. In this recent episode, we saw Tommy and his wife at the block party, but you're right, it hasn't really been a lot of Tommy this season. And, you know, we talked about this with Taronda Jones, right? Because remember when Jay went off about, you know, Taronda not being a good host and this, that, and the third, and she only showed up for a few moments. Hosts are basically like tour guides. They're supposed to take you from point A to point B. They're not supposed to be there the whole time. And hosting really depends on not just the format, but what the production company wants. Maybe they want to involve host because that involved host can, like you said, Q, give that can put that seasoning on the meat, right? They can make it flavorful, right? But then other times that host just may need to have a server mentality of, okay, here is your experience. I will come back and, you know, fill your water, fill your Coke, whatever, to make sure that you guys have a good time. So I feel like it might be a combination of, because he's done this for so long, maybe they just want him to be more of a server type of host and, you know, be a chef at other times. But at this point, I think they're just trying to keep the train on track.
But even in a situation like that, though, as a host, sometimes your energy is based off who you're hosting. If you're hosting just a regular business dinner that is just full of suits and ties and floor-length dresses, no sense of humors, just, you know what I'm saying? You're going to give that energy when you're hosting, right?
Right.
But if you're hosting a free-for-all, something that everybody's having a good time, it's laughter, it's fun, your energy is going to show that because of what you're surrounded with. So I also feel like, just like this goes into what Q says, it's the area. It really could be, hey, maybe Philly wasn't the place to go to. Yeah, they're definitely trying to go, you know, everywhere, which is great. Instead of just sticking with one location or, you know, the South, go to the North, come to the West Coast, go ahead, go to the Midwest, like, go ahead and move around. That's great. But I really do feel like it all depends on the castings. Because if we see from this season, what energy have we really gotten from this cast?
No, very well said.
There's the
really got it.
Yeah, and just like during this vacation, you seen everybody was just, it just seemed like they were just so blah. You seen Cisco go lay down in the bed. Everybody else is outside. They're about to go get in the pool. He's like, nah, I'm cool. I'm just gonna lay down right here. I'm good.
And let's be real. And let's be real, not to cut you off, GG. But the best personality on the show is probably Sahara. Everybody else was almost bland.
Yep, I'll agree with that.
Sad but true. I mean, I did give Sahara credit where credit was due. It wasn't a victory lap for Sahara, but I at this point I gotta make some, you know, had some room for just the truth, because I've tried this season. I really have. I've tried, and we've done more for the show. With these
Absolutely.
actors.
You can say that again. Yeah.
Like, for real, the show. Like, and I love Ray Love. That's how I met Gigi and Q and Solana, and I would do it all over again. But you gotta give us something to root for if you want us to root for something. And this season, for a celebratory season, it was shit. I mean, you couldn't get Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles to do like a football challenge from the fucking stadium. Like, y'all on the Oprah Winfrey Network. Oprah's got connections. Use them. Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. Okay.
And I'm sorry, can we do a little bit more with the dates? I honestly, okay, yeah, going out to a restaurant, sitting down and eating, having drinks, that's great. That's fine. That's cool. But there's more to that. Let's go shoot some pool. Let's go bowling. Let's go skating. We can go to a game. Like, there's other stuff that shows who you are. I feel like allowing these people to be in their element and showcase who they are and what they like would actually do a lot better when it comes to them dating. But when you're just stuck in the same thing where, we're going to go to this restaurant.
Right.
We're going to sit down and we're going to eat. We're going to talk. Talking is great. But what about the laughter? What about the fun side? Like, can we do something else? Let's go ride go-karts. Hell, I don't care. Dave and Buster's was fun. Yes. What's the name? Kiki act like it was a whole thing on Never Ever Men's going to Dave and Buster's. Are you serious?
I'm like, and this is the thing too, like, Kiki doesn't really understand. Like, Dave and Buster's is expensive. That was paid for by production. Now, it looked like they had the Dave and Buster's rented out for them. I could be wrong, but I didn't see anybody else there in the episode. You don't just get that because you're an everyday person, unless you pay for that, right? But you know, Dave and Buster's, they got all you can eat wings. They got half price games. Like, I feel like sometimes what producers try to do with reality TV, I'm saying this as the media nerd of social media that I am, of understanding the moves that are being made around us and also watching how people, you know, consume the movement that's being given, is that the producers want to give you a fantasy that's easy to watch. But in the same token, it's called reality TV, emphasis on the real, right? So if we can see more of the city and see more Black-owned businesses and to see some holes in the wall, to see, you know, them at Children's Museum, we want to see things that we would actually do.
I agree.
So don't be lazy in the. No, go ahead, Q. I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead.
Not to cut you off, but just to piggyback on what you said. One thing about reality TV show is you want to get as close to somebody's reality as possible. That's why you got some people reality shows that, you know, they prefer over others, like Real Housewives and all these other things. That's not really anybody's reality.
Not at all.
If we talk about it.
No, but that's that scripted reality TV I was talking about. All of that is scripted. That shit's not real.
But on the back end of it,
or the Housewives and all of them, most of it's scripted.
Mm-hmm. But Ready to Love is more reality than anything.
Yeah.
More, you know what I mean? That's you really have a chance at in dating, you know what I mean? And then learning how to date multiple people or vet multiple people at a time, you know what I mean? It's giving you a small sample size of a bigger picture, you know what I mean? You can actually apply that thing in Ready to Love in your actual dating life. You might have some success with it too, you know what I mean? So that's one out of reality, you know what I mean? That's one thing that's more realistic in Ready to Love, and that's one thing that they have in their back pocket is when they started their Ready to Love journey, you know what I mean? People, a lot of viewers really loved the essence of the show. It felt real. It felt like, wow, I'm a part of this. Like I'm actually a part of somebody's journey. That's what got me. That's what got me hooked. And I sat down and watched all those seasons back to back to back to back because I want to learn. Okay, am I faltering? Where at dating? You know, am I being closed minded? Should I open up here? You know what I mean? And throughout the process of it, I've learned, you know, a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? So if they can keep the essence of the show as to the demographics who watch the show and invest into that, man, the show haven't even touched the sky yet.
Right. And to that point, the reason why I said that producers need to be able to break out of giving a simple space to follow the story is because the more you simplify the story, the less interested the viewers are going to be. I needed this in to be such a celebratory season. Say that again, Q.
Yeah, I said you're right. I want to be unpredictable.
Absolutely. I needed this season to be where every single episode was more and more and more of a celebration of how far Black love has came. I needed every episode to be, oh, I didn't know that about Philly. Oh, I didn't know you could be that deep. Oh, this, oh, that. I needed this season to be such a space that it could be a big announcement for maybe Ready to Love in Paradise, where, okay, we've had 10 great seasons. We celebrated this, but how can we take it to another level? And I didn't feel that from this season. So in the future, trust your audience of maybe they want a little bit of roughness. Maybe they want a little bit of bite. Maybe they want a little bit of, did you die though? Of showcasing what can be instead of just projecting what you want people to consume. And I'm saying this as a fan of media, but I'm also saying it as a person who consumes the fucking game and who gives the game all the time.
And you know what? And that right there is so true to the point of what they could do with spin-off shows for Ready to Love. Still keep it where it's, you know, basically showcasing Black love, but there's so many different avenues of Black love you could showcase. And just like you said, this could be, you know, you could turn this into Ready to Love Paradise. Call it Paradise Island. Let's go to Jamaica. Let's go ahead and start taking trips. Let's make this actually something that actually can showcase, instead of it being where we're all tied down to just this one city. No, let's show the love of where we started and where we're at now. Show the growth. And also, just like you said, showcase Black-owned businesses. Like, there's so many different things that could be done. And with this being season 10, I definitely thought that it was going to be fireworks. I thought we were going to have confetti. I was ready for, even though I'm scared of them, I was ready for a midget to jump out of a cake. Like, listen, it's a party, okay? Like, I was ready.
Right.
But what we have gotten instead has been a wedding crash. Like,
yeah.
And you would think that even after, like I said, started off great. We had our first Ready to Love wedding. Okay. That was beautiful. But for them to cut it off where they did, and then you come back now, you would expect for them, after taking a 5-month hiatus, you would expect that when they came back this time, that there would have been more connections showcased, or it just would have been a stronger season.
Correct.
Like, give us a good reason of why we missed out on half the season. Like, let us know, like, hey, even though we left for a little bit, it's okay, because we're going to make up for it now. I don't feel like that is happening right now. So season 11, Chicago, I hope that it's better. Let's hope.
Yes.
That they actually showcase the city. Just don't go where Jussie Smollett was. But listen. Okay. I'm gonna stop. But still, let's, instead of just showcasing these mediocre bullshit scenarios of relationship, let's get back into the real of reality.
Absolutely.
Let's get back into the whys. Let's get back into the hows. Let's get back into the wins. Let's go ahead and start showcasing the cities that you're in. Don't just showcase the people, but let's also, because I mean, sometimes in showcasing who you are as a person, you showcase how much you love your city or where you're from or where you're born or whatever it is. Let's start, just showcase it all. I don't know. I just, like I said, the dates I feel like could be a lot better. Let's just stop with just this mediocre these dinner dates.
Agreed.
There's so much more that could be done. We need to see more. And I really hope that season 11 brings that.
Yeah.
No,
go ahead, Kim.
We can go to amusement parks as a group.
Yeah. I mean,
Why
you got
not?
the Chicago Navy Pier there. You have deep dish pizza. I mean, imagine you having a deep dish, competition. Like, there's so many different things you can do. And honestly, if Harpo Studios would have been saved as a Oprah Winfrey Museum and would have been saved for Warner Bros. Discovery have a content production hub, but y'all tore down the fucking damn studio. That was Oprah's decision, even though she owned it and everything. But there are ways to be able to give life to something. And I think this is where I get pissed off as a person who gives game and who creates content, is when I can see the inch that can be made a mile, and when y'all have the power to make that mile and you don't, it frustrates me to no end. Because me, Q, Gigi, and Solana, even though she's not here with us, we love her very much because she's saving the world as she often does. We should not be telling y'all what to do when y'all have the power to make the approvals for the shows. Steve Harvey has the international rights to Family Feud. He has Family Feud South Africa and Ghana. It's been 10 fucking seasons. Why don't we have a Ready to Love South Africa and Ghana? Why don't we have a Ready to Love Paris? Why don't we have a Ready to Love Brazil? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Even if you want to take it to these different places, like, you can still keep it to where it's still showcasing Black love. Yes. You got Ready to Love Jamaica, just like you said, Ready to Love DR, Ready to Love Puerto Rico, Ready to Love. There's so many different places that you can, and people are like, oh my God, Puerto Rico, that's Puerto Ricans. Like, for y'all who don't understand what Puerto Ricans really are, they're just Spanish and Black people. Okay. Yeah. That's what a Puerto Rican is, babe. Cubans too. All right. Yeah. Yo soy Afro-Latina, so I know. Okay. Yeah. I was born in Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. Even though I look like, honey, I'm a Latina. You know what I'm saying? So, like, there's so many different variables to us. We all don't look alike. We don't speak alike, and we don't share the same likings. We don't do the same thing. So it's very, I think it would be better to showcase the variety of us.
Yes.
Don't just keep sticking with the same stereotypical types.
It's sad to say, but they're gonna have to go older. They're gonna have to get out.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to go late 30s to almost early 50s. Because,
I was about to say, damn, are you talking about Ready to Love retirement home? I don't know.
I feel like when you're in that mind frame, you know what I mean? You're more settled and you know what you want. Right now, the 30s them became the new 20s. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the older people get, the more they want and know what they want out of life and with that person. And they're most settled in who they are. You know what I'm saying? Right now, people are taking advantage of the platform to grow bigger. It's too many of them. As soon as they get off the show, they go start a podcast. You know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody thought about you before you got on Ready to Love. Now you got on Ready to Love. Now you got a platform. You know what I mean? So how many people are already there to benefit versus how many people are really trying to find love. You know what I mean? So the show got to do a better job.
And there's so many spinoffs, just like you said, not to cut you off, but Ready to Love divorcees. People who have been divorced, because that's a big stigma. There's a lot of people who feel like, oh, because you've been divorced, you're basically rotten goods. You're no longer good because you've been married, you've been divorced. No, those people still need love, and they're still looking for love. They could have got married in a time in their life. Huh?
Absolutely. Now I was gonna say, to add to that, Ray Love Single Parents Edition.
Like, bam. Yeah, that'd be good.
There you
go.
Be good. This is the thing. This could be their 90-day fiance of TLC, and they are sitting with this shit. Like I said before, people on YouTube should not be given the game plan when y'all have the levers to pull to make the game plan happen. I told y'all a while back that me, Q, Solana, and Gigi should be the judges for these Ready to Love judges auditions. Let's do it like American Idol. Give us 1,000 people. What's your name? Where you're from? What the fuck you're looking for? Well, obviously we can't say fuck because we're on, but you get the point. And everybody plays their role. Q is the Randy Jackson. It's a no for me, dog. Solana, she is very intellectual with her thoughts. Gigi's gonna be the homegirl. And I'm just gonna be, hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. You asking for this wish list, but can you list at least five things off of that wish list that's inside you? And of course, with my flirtatious self, that's a dynamic judging panel. We could bring something to Ready to Love, but good damn, do something. Shit. Okay.
Yeah, but there's so many different options that they have, and so many different things they can do to actually make this show more than what it is. It's already a great show. 10 seasons, that is great.
That's a huge accomplishment. I mean, barely getting past even 3 is a huge thing. These
absolutely.
days.
But sometimes, and what people don't understand is sometimes 10 can be a curse. Once you get to 10, you can either keep going up and get better, or once you hit 10, that's when people start getting lazy. That's when shows start not really caring about what they're putting out because, hey, they're syndicated. They've made their money. They're going to continue to make their money. And as long as they replays, it's no problem. But I don't want Ready to Love to be a part of that. Even though this is season 10, let's strive for a stronger season 11. Let's go even harder for season 12. Every season that comes up, they should be wondering what they could do to one up the last season.
Exactly.
Don't stay stagnant. Don't get comfortable and complacent. Start to really understand what can we do to make things better. Because you have statistics.
Yes,
you can see clearly who's viewing, the age range, male or female, where they're at, how long they're watching. There's so many different things that you can see. So you can take all that and use that information to make the show better. If you see that, well, in season 4, you had 50,000 people who were single watching, but come season 7, you only have 30,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, what can we do to connect to those 30,000, to those other 20 that we just lost? Okay, how can we get them back? Okay, well, we can see that, there's not too many people that are divorced watching this show. What can we do to get them engaged?
And
or
also,
the people, like, you get the point, but there's so many different things that they could do. And just like you said, we're sitting here giving you the game.
Yep.
Why is that?
That part. Because honestly, to tell you the truth, own con should have happened a long fucking time ago. A long fucking time ago. Like, and like I said, I know Oprah was trying to figure out her movement from going from 25 years of being on 5 days a week to run a whole network that she never done before. But she had some good shows in the beginning. There's some good shows now. But to me, like, and this far be it from me to give an opinion, but since we're here, how about a Ready to Love con? where you bring Black relationship and dating and sex experts there for workshops and seminars. You bring, series that are about Black love, this, that, and the third. You bring the alumni, you give a sneak peek, you build that out. That could be something very easy. Not to mention, too, you know how many in-person dating events are happening? How about some Ready to Love pop-up dating events where Nephew Tommy shows up and, hey, we got 5 men, we got 5 women. We're going to let y'all mingle, and then you're going to come up here and give y'all takes and stuff like that. Like, there are ways to extend this shit.
Hey, Bray, not to cut you off, they need to bring some therapists, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Black therapists for sure. Absolutely to the con and to the events as well. And that's the thing too, is just like, and I'll never forget when my parents said this to me, Braylon, we go off on you and your sister because we love y'all. If we don't handle y'all, the world will handle you. So when I talk to you calmly, you don't give a care. But when I go off there, you want to listen. And you know what's crazy too, Gigi and Q and Solana, everybody here? There is probably somebody at home in the bushes right now that has been having this fucking energy, and they're like, thank you, God, somebody out there is listening to me. Now, we understand that not every network gets the same budget. We get that. And maybe that's what's going on with OWN. We don't know. But in the same token, if somebody has that energy at OWN, and they have been having that energy for a while, that goes to show you for 10 seasons, y'all have not allowed a voice to be able to speak. Because this is all off the top of our heads. We didn't talk about none of this shit before. We've talked about it before here and there, but this is a whole free game plan to expand the franchise. And y'all can do it.
Yeah. This is definitely giving free game right now. But yeah, I guess all we can do is just wait and see.
I mean, at least he did say Ready to Love Polyamory Edition, so there's a start. But I mean, 10 seasons and only one spinoff show, Ready to Love Make a Move.
Yeah, I wonder if.
And they didn't think that. I said, my fault, Gigi. And they didn't think that one all the way through.
Right. No, they've not been. And at this point, the way things was going, how are you competing with the Never Ever Mets? Like, you got a new show that's only been on 2 seasons, and I think the viewership has actually exceeded Ready to Love right now.
Yes, it was #1 in its time slot, to the point where it was an early season 2 renewal before the reunion came on. And the show has kept, it's the show that keeps on giving, because we thought we were done, but no, the first time was with all of them. The second time was, the trip with Kiki, and I just saw Kiki, at Swim Thick. She did her thing. And then the third thing is Jay and Tati.
I am so sorry, Braylon, but thinking about that and just thinking about her stinking, how can you be in a swimsuit at Slim Thick and you smelling like patchouli and ham clippings?
But still, I got you.
Okay.
But to that point, though, like, you see how we remember this shit? What is memorable about this season that we can pull out of our head without having to be here on a panel to talk about it? Because I can't pull out any memorable moments. Well, besides the burning the candle and burying a man, I think in all 10 seasons, Sahara actually did something. Because I don't think any Black person has ever said something that crazy on television. But then again, they probably did this on the cutting room floor, child. But talking about,
and then to Q's point, also, because Q made a point. Yes. I think Sahara definitely is bringing the energy for the season. Like, she
is.
She's bringing it.
And that's sad to say. I'm not even gonna say that's sad to say. You know what I mean? But you really don't see too many personalities, and I guess that's why a lot of times, even when they were playing Jenga, you know what I mean, nobody personality really stuck out. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, really having a good time. It just seemed like they were just there, you know? Through other seasons, you actually seen, people get together and build friendships, and actually enjoy being around each other. I really don't see that happening. Only people that I've seen on social media that was still kind of interacting was Cam and, believe it or not, Cisco. They were on a podcast talking here and there a couple times, and I'm the only ones I've really seen. I actually said Sahara was on one of the podcasts with him, and I really didn't too much listen to it. I just kind of seen what was going on, but
Well, let
you
me
really
ask
don't see.
No,
You good? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, do y'all think that maybe a spinoff, and I know it's a very traditional format, but hey, I mean, we're here. Do y'all think that maybe somebody who was a solid person on this season could have a spinoff show where it's 20 black men or 20 black women and go that way too? I mean, it's very traditional, but there's been some great standouts that could have their own standalone show in the Red Love universe. Because if they could do it with 3 women in the house, I'm sure they could find it's 10 seasons of people.
You're right.
Yeah. Even on this season, I could see, like, honestly, if Tay and Cisco got together, I could see them having a spinoff show. And you can call it Take Me Home, whatever. But I could see them doing something as, a little spinoff, or, I mean, even if it was somebody, just doing a single thing.
Yeah. Just
I could see Rose doing something else.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah. Most
take
definitely.
one person and set them up with 20 black people, and they all live in a house like the Bachelor Mansion, and you can probably do it in Atlanta, find a decent house to keep it low cost. And honestly, if you want to give and how they do on The Bachelor is the Bachelor or the Bachelorette actually doesn't live in the Bachelor Mansion. I know I'm breaking some TV walls for y'all right now. That's what I do. Okay. Just like Dick Clark Jr.'s Rockin' Ease, they don't have the LA version live. They actually tape that in November, just like they tape the Disney Parks Christmas Day Parade in November. Okay. But the Bachelor or Bachelorette, they live in a separate house. But y'all can make it work, because I think they did like a resort edition one season, right? Where they all were at a resort. So like the bones are there. It's just up to y'all to create the life. And we're saying all this because we genuinely care about it. We didn't care about it. It's 2 hours, 46 minutes, and 59 seconds right now. We're still here because we actually care about this shit.
We definitely give more to the episode than what the episode gives us, but yeah, all we can do is just wait, see what tomorrow's episode brings. Hopefully, this is bad to say, but I am kind of just ready for this season to be over, just so that we can kind of start new with the next season and hope for better. Let's just go ahead and get these couples, get this season done and over with, and then let's get back to the drawing board. Let's do this over. Let's go ahead and figure this out.
Yeah, I fully agree with you. And normally we don't like to say that because we like the show, but at some point in time, like if everybody feels tired of it, and this is the thing we gotta do better on. Not just with reality, but just with anything in general. You can still like something and still be fed up with the circumstances of what's going on with it. I still like Ready to Love, but I'm just fed up with this version of it.
Right. Yeah. This season is definitely not it. And I was just sitting here thinking, like, these people are so low energy. Like it just seems like their energy's off. They're just. And it's not even like they're just being serious. It just doesn't seem like they really want to be there.
Right.
So it makes it to where when we watch, it's like, well, damn, I don't even want to watch.
Exactly.
Because if y'all aren't going to deliver, then why am I going to sit here and waste my time watching something that you basically showing that you really don't even want to be a part of? That's what it seems. Now that might not even be the case, but we can only go off what we see.
Yep. No, you're absolutely right. Because I mean, there's been times where I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm looking forward to spending time with my people because I genuinely love y'all. And that's because we're that good of people that we actually want to spend time together. And I feel like that's how you really know if you are watching really good content of any after show, review show, what have you, is if the episode was not that good, where you're still looking forward to seeing the people that you watch, that's how you know that they're doing their job. Because regardless of the episode's good or not, I look forward to seeing Gigi. I look forward to seeing Q. I look forward to seeing Solana. And they look forward to seeing me. And we look forward to seeing y'all.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's definitely the reason why I even take the time to watch these shows, because I mean sometimes they're great to watch, but when you have it where it's like this, I'm like, man, I don't even want to watch this. But I know that on Saturdays I get to link up with my people and we gonna bring it. Regardless of what the show gave us, I know that we're going to bring it. So it definitely agree with you 100%. If it was not for the panel and the wonderful dynamic that we have as a group, I don't think I would put as much energy into certain shows.
Yeah.
But
that's big facts. I feel the exact same way. I'm talking about my son, he always had me laughing about it. Dad, you about to talk on the phone today? About the show. Yeah, and that to me, it was my fault. It was funny, you know, talking to him about it, and you know, something I enjoy doing. So
right.
I really feel like, you know, something we gotta keep going. It's not this show, it might be another show. Because I don't know how much longer Ready to Love has.
Yeah.
I really don't. I mean, like you said, it's a syndicated show, so I'm pretty sure they got a few more seasons left. But on the back end of it, it's like content. You got to keep creating new content that make people want to turn the show on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only two reasons why I have YouTube TV, and that's to watch football, watch basketball, and watch Ready to Love.
Yep.
I tell you no lie.
Yeah.
Them the only two reasons I have YouTube TV. So
that's true. But yeah, just like you said, whether it's this show or any other show, because of the dynamic that we have, you know, as a group and collective together, that's what makes it better. So it doesn't matter what show that we do, as long as we're doing it together, we're doing the reviews together, it's always going to be something special. So that definitely is something to look forward to, which is another reason why I appreciate y'all so much. Because like I said, with what I'm going through, just knowing that I have you guys and I'm able to come and talk and laugh and just kind of disconnect and kind of wash away what I'm going through. Even though after we get off here, I got to call my mom. I got to get right back and focus back onto what's going on. Right now, I'm able to decompress. I can actually take a woo-saw. So when I do talk to my mom again, I'm in a different headspace because of, you know, what we've done already on the show. So much appreciation. I love you guys much.
Love you right back.
Love you as well. Love you as well.
Yeah. So speaking of that, like I said, I do have to get off here because
all good.
It's a 3-hour time difference, so it's 9 where my mom is at. So
understood.
Seeing how she's in a hospital with her ribs cracked, I don't really want to talk to her too much, you know.
She in our prayers. My friend.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do y'all fucking job tomorrow so we can do our job. Well, I mean, we always do our job regardless. But still, give us something, damn it. Hell.
Last segment of the show. What we giving it a rating today? What we rating?
Child, you know,
I'm gonna give it a 5.234.
That's a brand new rate. That's a
right. It was like mid-tier, then the lowest of the low, second to lowest, 3, then 4.
I'm gonna break it down in 3 episodes, right? For the getaways, that was the worst getaway ever. That was the worst getaway ever. So that's number one.
I miss Auntie Janae that bad. Yes, I do. For me to say that is saying something. Yes.
For number 2, for the actual episode, rating it against all the other episodes, I would give it about a 7. Rating that episode against, maybe not last week, I'm gonna say about a 6. Now, given the rating of how good the show was, I'm gonna say probably about a 4. Little 4 3/4. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I will have to give it. I think I'll give it a 6.5. Like, I mean, the fact that you did a getaway was good, but like, I'm good with or without this. You know what I mean? Like, if it was deeper connections and it matched the getaway, then I would give it an 8. But I give it a 6.5.
Listen, that was a vacation that would have made me stay home.
I gotta do that in the house.
Yeah, you know what? I think I left my stove on. I gotta go home. You know what?
You know what this is giving? You know how like when you go on a field trip and you like really don't want to go, but then you see your best friends there, then everything changed. It's just like if we were the friends of Ready to Love, and I do think that would be a nice addition, Tommy, is to have maybe a male and a female in the group that's outside the group that they can go to when you're not there. But if me and Q were the fellas of the fellas, and Gigi and Solana were the ladies of the ladies, and we were like, we all gotta go to this damn house. But as soon as Gigi come in, oh my God, it's Braylon and Q. Okay, I can stay. It's not gonna be that bad. Okay, I'm good.
But another thing about it is, and we're gonna get y'all, Gigi. This was the first time I feel like they did a group bus trip to the location, you know?
Dude, that's what I said to Gigi.
You know what? He said that too, but there was another time. Normally they will do like bus trips because they want you all in one location so they can film. Sometimes when they do like the separate locations or separate driving, it's either because of work schedules or somebody can't come at the same time as when the bus is leaving, or possibly they just couldn't afford the bus at that time. So to save money, they will have you drive individually. But what they do is they really do try to get everybody on one bus so they can film everybody driving. But for me, I would have been. I was gonna say, for me, like going on that field trip, for me, I'd been making every excuse like, yo, I gotta go home because my cat's trying to walk my goldfish. Like you don't understand. The ice is catching fire. Like, no. Like I really
watch my gold.
Right. My cat, listen, y'all gotta understand.
Oh my God.
No, my dog's talking to the wall. It's an emergency.
Situation we gotta figure out.
I gotta go home. But then I see the fam and I'm like, you know what? It's okay. Fuck that goldfish and that cat right now. As long as they don't eat each other, it's okay.
I ain't lying. Live Garfield don't come in and get it.
That part, as long as you see me, Q, and Solana, you're good. You know, the trip ain't gonna be that bad. It's still gonna be bad.
It's
gonna be okay.
I ain't gonna lie. I would enjoy myself.
Oh, I'm all right with that. I'm okay with that. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, y'all, I gotta get off here. I love you guys much. I will see you guys on Saturday, and we are going to Have
We're
fun.
gonna crank up. We're gonna crank up. We're gonna turn up.
We are definitely going to do what it does. Thank you guys so much. I might actually, I'm debating since I can't get from California to Indiana right now. I'm just going to let off some balloons for my uncle. So I might actually do that on Saturday, which I'll do a video. If you guys want to go live with me or anything, just let me know, and I'll just turn it into like a little homegoing celebration.
And honestly, too, Gigi, and I'll say this, and I know Q speaks for himself, and I know Solana will too. But also, too, if you need that time for you, have that time for you before you do, or if you don't want to do it, it's okay. Either way, as long as you are okay, that's what we care about. Sometimes
and I appreciate it, and like we just said about, you know, even the field trip, like you guys have helped me out and are helping me out, so I definitely need y'all. This is the time where I'll admit I need my people. So
I'm here for you.
So I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm here for you. I got the whole weekend off till Monday. So yeah, you know.
Yeah.
That's my birthday tomorrow. My birthday tomorrow. You know?
Well, happy birthday, good sir.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Feliz cumpleaños. How old we turning? How old are we?
I'm turning 40.
40, yes indeed, good sir.
Yeah.
Blessed to still be here. Yes indeed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, black don't crack, because I'm telling you, I thought you was younger than me.
Oh, in spirit.
There we go. Okay. All right now.
And you know what, Q? I will say this too, brother. I really do look at you as a brother and as a family member, and just as a best friend. I really do, man.
Most of, brother. Most of.
Your perspective on this show is so needed, because my perspective is more of an old soul, but you carry that, right? Because you have responsibilities to execute that, and it really has become such a camaraderie relationship that I'm glad to know you. I really love that.
So happy. I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you for the wishes. I look at you as family, you, Gigi, and Solana's family. I really, like Gigi was saying, it's this show has really became an outlet. It really has, you know what I mean? I work a good bit, you know, got other responsibilities I got to take care of, but when it comes to this, I try my best to make sure I'm present. And just to hear everybody's perspective, you know what I mean? You guys have really helped me out more than you would know. Just being here, just to talk, you know, I'm getting my mind off of where I'm at, you know what I'm saying? So I really want to thank you guys for that, and the wishes, and
absolutely.
It's gonna be a time. We're just scratching the surface.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, I will see you guys on Saturday. Much love. Bye, everybody.
All right, family.
Bye.
Bye, beautiful. All right, y'all. That is our show. 3 hours, 1 minute, and 53 seconds. Thank you all so much for being here. I will say this. Truly, this show really has done so much good for me. I have truly grown with these people. I have truly grown with my mind, but most of all, I've grown with my space of not just vision, but of investment of what I want for myself. And so, you know, we always do a daily motivator. So let me get that up for you guys here. Right here. Success is never final and failure is never fatal. It's courage that counts. Julius Ellinger. It is time for the Daily Motivator for Thursday, August 21st, 2025. Invest in understanding. Whatever it is you seek to obtain, seek also to obtain understanding. Achievement and experience needed connection in order to have value, and understanding enables that connection. Understanding is gained through time, effort, involvement, and commitment. It's what makes the difference between authentic activities and shallow imitations. Every possession relationship, every activity derives meaning and benefit from understanding. It's important to understand the why, the how, the context, the history, the potential of life's many facets. Be curious and caring enough to understand and diligent enough to continue deepening your understanding. That serves to greatly enrich your life and the lives of those around you. It's never enough to possess the mere tokens of a good life, no matter how impressive they may be. Make sure you understand why they matter, as well as your role in keeping life's manifold goodness viable. Invest yourself in understanding. It makes all the difference in the quality of your world. You know, I feel like we did that tonight, you know, with this. Did y'all really? My Lord Jesus. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'll read it again. I do not mind. It was a good one. Success is never final and failure is never fatal. It's courage that counts. Julius Ellinger. Once again, it's time for the Daily Motivator for Thursday, August 21st, 2025. Invest in understanding. Whatever it is you seek to obtain, seek also to obtain understanding. Achievement and experience needed connection in order to have value, and understanding enables that connection. Understanding is gained through time, effort, involvement, and commitment. It's what makes the difference between authentic activities and shallow imitations. Every possession, every relationship, every activity derives meaning and benefit from understanding. It's important to understand the why, the how, the context, the history, and the potential of life's many facets. Be curious and caring enough to understand, and diligent enough to continue deepening your understanding. That serves to greatly enrich your life and the lives of those around you. It's never enough to possess the mere tokens of a good life, no matter how impressive they may be. Make sure you understand why they matter, as well as your role in keeping life's manifold goodness viable. Invest yourself in understanding. It makes all the difference in the quality of your world. Ralph Wilson. You know, every time that I get up here with our panel with Gigi and Q and Solana, I truly always surprise myself, because just because I feel like I have reached my maximum, every time I come on here, it gives me something new, right? So the first thing I'll say to you about investing understanding is recognize that sometimes the best understanding will not always come from people that you expect. There are more differences among us that makes us better than the differences that divide us, right? So that's the first thing I want to say to you all. The second thing I will say to you all is this: be curious and caring enough to understand, and diligent enough to continue deepening your understanding. Diligent does not mean diligent does not mean that you are always seeking information on the same thing, right? But in the same token, diligent also means being focused on what needs to matter, right? So being able to understand why you are going after that understanding will determine your focus. And finally, invest in yourself in understanding. Sometimes in life, what you will go through in life will never be fully understood, right? And so you can't be I'll say this: you cannot be able to understand everybody's perspective. You shouldn't go after understanding for your mama. You shouldn't go after understanding for your dad. You shouldn't go after understanding for your sister, your brother, your cousin, your auntie, your uncle, your nieces, your nephews, whoever. Because the more you try to gain understanding for other people, you lose yourself in the sauce. So recognize yourself as a solution, and your understanding will always be full and not empty. With that being said, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you do. Never say you weren't born special, because you were always born a blessing. And trust, you may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why is one thing to call yourself, is another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me, and hopefully by spending time together, we rise and be great together. Always remember what you're doing: radio, television, YouTube, live your best life, or child, you just recognize that maybe a getaway to Vegas by yourself is more fun than this getaway that was on TV. Make sure the replay is not just right for you to watch it, not just right for you to listen to it, but if you want to experience it again. We love you, we value, we embrace you all. Always remember, or see love you gotta give, or see love you gotta give, or see love you gotta give. Whatever obstacles you have overcome, whatever success you have achieved upon this particular day, we are extremely proud of you. But no one else is proud of you. We are proud of you. And finally, y'all, make sure that the best of you is not only what you want to give, but also what you want to receive. A lot of people will give out anything and will expect anything. But the only way you will expect you out of you is if you give the best of you to people who deserve it. One love, much love, all love. We feel the love and send it right back to you. Good night, everybody. Love you all. Bye.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should
prepare for a journey.
Good evening. My name is Mark Woodbury. I'm the chairman and CEO of Universal Destinations and Experiences. Well, we're finally here. Tomorrow we begin a new chapter at Universal Orlando Resort as we open Epic Universe. We built this place for you. I want to thank you, our fans, for your love of our stories, characters, and immersive experiences that inspired this incredible place. Epic Universe represents over 8 years of meticulous planning, immense creativity, and innovation, combined with unmatched craftsmanship and operational excellence on the part of thousands of people who have brought to life the stories and characters that live beyond each of Epic's portals. But it represents so much more. Your love of Universal and the deep connections we've shared together here in Orlando over the past 30 years inspired us to dream bigger and to push the boundaries to create something extraordinary for you and for generations of fans and families to come. And tomorrow, as we open Epic Universe, I can't wait for you to experience this place for yourself. Now it's your turn to step inside, to lose yourself, and to share this place with the ones you love most. As we open this park, we hope your world becomes a little more epic. Tomorrow, Epic Universe becomes yours.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
Child, Braylon over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about.